And the lings come out first, and they come out one at a time. That's the only downside of the Nidus, but once you clear out the ling, no way.
I don't think I've ever seen a mothership harass a worker line like this. Only in the
Queens are out.
FSL. Welcome to the FSL.
So we are going into our winners matchups. The two teams that won the last 2 weekends are going to be taking each other on. Special Tactics versus Psyop Gaming.
Red Zerg player, his name is
Hyper Turtle.
Blue Protoss, we have none other than
Revenant Rage.
one at a time. That's the only downside of the Nidus, but once you clear out the lings, then all the big boys and girls come out.
okay position. A couple of them are firing, but really we should get like more of the damage in there. Just maybe a third of the way to a +3 range. A very strong upgrade for the lurkers. Now this is a very tight choke though, so like depending on how Revenant Rage approaches this, he's already taking a lot of hits from these lurkers right now.
Yep.
And we got the GG, which there aren't right now. But if there were, like, this would be disastrous for Hyper Turtle right now.
I know. Lit.
Alright, the Banelings get right on top of the Zealot. The shield battery putting in some work to keep it alive, because the Banelings aren't detonating all at once. Yeah, no, this is a rush straight to Mothership.
No way.
I don't think I've ever seen a Mothership harass a worker line like this. Only in the
Queens are out.
FSL. It's great focus fire there. And he's targeting down the carriers as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Ultra is just munching away at all those Zealots. Now they're getting right on top of the, the GG.
Oh, right, this is...
Hyper Turtle evening up the score for Special Tactics. Oh, what was going on in those games?
And Nucleo was like, mothership on mothership, let's go.
This is actually a rematch, isn't it?
It is. I've got high hopes, so keep your fingers crossed for me.
Protoss, and his name is
Wind Shadow.
His name is
Sergeant ABC.
And he...
But that delays it quite a bit. We're getting further and further from the point where Sergeant ABC can do anything about this.
I have not
and
seen
Robbie
that.
the robot.
Oh, the Hydralisks are right beneath those Tempests.
Okay, that's...
A second will probably fall. It looks like Wind Shadow's intending to hit before he can really give Sergeant ABC a chance to build back up again. Yeah, really, 22 workers. When did that happen? 26 workers went down? Oh my god.
Hook follow it up with it, and GG!
Yeah, and we got the GG.
Might actually be able to do quite a bit if they take it at the same time. They can definitely get past that one of deaths.
Yeah, the Wind Shadow throws down the shield battery. The shield battery will build pretty quickly. He's trying to chrono boost out his warp gate as well. Blocks with a pylon. Good move here.
That wall powered again. Oh, and I never like to see probes versus roaches.
This is a kill time. Like, if he just kept flooding in units here, this is game over.
And once again...
Okay, so he catches Sergeant ABC's army on the rotation. Very nice pick off for Wind Shadow here. Shaves off a fair amount of that army, and it kind of traps it in the north here. If those Immortals get off right on top of the roaches.
Wind Shadow takes the second win. Psyop Gaming are up 3-1.
Build where you get ling speed and just keep flooding lings after you make the roach.
Yeah, so I made that mistake 5 minutes in, and I'm like, the ling speed is not there, and I'm like,
How you doing, Rivu? How are you doing today?
All's good in the hood.
So yeah, you're actually a new player, Rivu. I don't think you've played yet.
But too much.
Love that. Love.
All good in the hood. It's like, hey, straight out of Tarsonis, man.
Revo. Cranky Toaster.
Vikings here to also gain that air superiority.
And the visibility.
Yep, the visibility as well. Now, Defender's Advantage will go to Rivu here. He is also making Vikings here. And this was the key difference that that kind of turned the tide in Cranky Toast pushes versus GreatArchon last week. Can he resupply his army? Can he reinforce this? Yeah, exactly. Trying to throw Cranky Toast off his rhythm here. These are Marines, no stim. Not sure if they have combat shield. Another reinforcement squad is being rallied by Cranky Toast.
Just a question of using what you've got. GG!
GG.
The bunker isn't where you'd usually expect it to be.
It looks like he has queued the Reaper in the right place, so he will see that this is happening, but does he know the right response to this?
Yep.
Looks like he's going to be going, just defending with some Reapers of his own, Hellion backing them up.
Yep.
Very nice. So immediately
Oh,
he gets
that's
the
very
Reaper
nice
lead.
defense. Yeah, yeah.
Cannon from Doctor Who as the new voice of Scrooge. It was fantastic.
So I don't love this from Cranky Toast. He's trickling his army in right now. So whatever production he's getting, it's just constantly getting reset. Okay, the Vikings do land here, which is a nice move. Causes a lot of, as war bunnies would say, this is all over but the grind.
GGWP.
Cranky Toast, I feel like you definitely learned from your mistakes from the last TVT.
Psyops gaming is up 5-1. So special tactics to turn this around. We got to turn it around soon.
Judge Faye. JMPZ.
And he's playing for the team of they'll kill Lings pretty quickly, they'll kill Banelings pretty quickly, but if they get surrounded by Lings, that's when you have problems. Oh my god, the huge
11. Come the mutas. They are going to see what they can get done over on the left side. There is not a spore crawler there. Get them back out of combat if they can survive, and then add more damage.
Hit. Spore crawlers. Ideally, retreating back to the rest of his hyperlistic here. Great move.
Ever to destroy a handful. These mutalisks are just dying almost.
And we got the GG.
We got the
looks
GG.
like Lurker very quickly. Quite often loses to a player that goes Roach Ravager and stays on it. Yeah, the Ravager bile is also pretty tricky. So JMPZ has the better Archon, better army supply. Great bile connections there. Judge Faye is a little late on the pullback for the against him even. Very good connections for Judge Faye with the Ravagers, but it's
GG.
And we have the GG.
I knew I was behind that game, so I didn't make spore crawlers for once. I'm shocked I was able to, I guess, get back in it. But like he said, I think him losing those mutalisks gave me the chance that I needed in that game. I think if he had those.
So ZVZVZVZ. We are going to see how much or how little creep we end up seeing here. And definitely not in the ZVZ match. Oh, ow, ow.
Oh.
Okay. Definitely softened up quite a few Zen right now.
And Grey Empire's roaches are the only ones with fast roach, so... But I think this matchup is not that far behind. This was excellent matchup. And those are the GGs right there.
Yeah, Protons. I'll add that caveat. Alright. Yeah, here comes SCV, sir. With the Angry Empire with the Ling Bane combo. Yeah, pendulum swung. The action is on the special tactics side of the map. They need to try to get all their units together, position them correctly, and defend. They've at least got the queens and the reinforcements. JMPZ with so many roaches, 3 empires around hers. And
PM leave the first game. So.
It's too late. It's too late. We've already got Alrighty. Well, we're gonna go about our Saturdays now. Thank you to everyone tuning in.
Have a great day.
See you guys in the grand finals.
The most improved. I've got to go with Sergeant ABC.
The first round draft choice, Mr. Sergeant ABC. Come on, man. Hopefully you'll get the few results.
Oh, I would have drafted
Okay, there are your teams for Season 9.
Yeah, a very good try overall.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that they got you. So it looks like that.
Going to see the blind leading the death to a 2-0 victory over GG Izzy. GG's call.
Kitty Cat has claws, ladies and gentlemen. These probes are going down. Hey, you know what that cheese is? You know? Oh, you're not. reply there. We have the GG. All right,
Great.
So the WC ties things up. Each team has 1 point. Excellent. And today we've got a special treat for some of our players because they are going to be taking on the 2-time world champion Zero.
Battle cruiser operational.
30 list. We have the GG. Oh boy. He has come in with guns ablazing. Yeah, throughout this, as he's
Oh, and they pull it up!
GG! Minnesota Barcraft, our FSL team, manages to get a GG.
TV Nachoz. Aegis Raider. Infinite Cycles. AngrySpaceHares. PulledTheBoys.
Nuclear launch detected.
And Taro Adun, Executor. A great battle away. Hi everyone, welcome back to the FSL. We are going to be doing matches between those who lost the first week. It is going to be AngrySpaceHares versus last season's champion, PulledTheBoys. So there are going to be some very skilled players on here. They have been receiving guidance from some very capable coaches. As you've seen, we've been getting some real benefits from our media team with some lovely little clips, some, raised production values, and we are ready to rock. I've got JMPZ who is going to be casting with me, and I just so happen to have the players who are going to be in the first match, Nachoz and MvonLipwig. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, welcome.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
All right. So, like I said, both your teams came up a little bit short last time, although it came very, very close, as I recall. And you are going to be fighting for a chance to take on, well, my team, the Special Tactics, in a decider match. Feel free to share your thoughts.
I'm speaking for AngrySpaceHares. My team, we took it to the ace, and so I feel very, very confident going into the playoffs. We're just this is just determined ranking, so we're just going to put our best foot forward and get these games in.
Absolutely. I know warbunnies is feeling a little bit under the weather. That's stopping him from talking. It will not stop him from doing his speciality, which is going to be a big 2v2 match later on in the day.
Yeah, let's talk about the schedule so far.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead and bring it up. So yes.
Shout out to PsyOp for their impressive win last week. That was not expected. I expected that to be a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, so did I. I was able to get 1 point on the board. So were the 2v2ers. But yeah, very dominant showing. I'm sure PulledTheBoys. I know they take this very seriously when it comes to competitive standpoint. they're going to be fighting for this. And yeah, this is the losers match right now. Will next up be the deciders match, or will it be the... Yeah, because PsyOp Gaming got straight into the end of the brackets now, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think we are in the grand finals.
Alrighty. Well, very powerful stuff going on here. Our first map is going to be Magnatha. And Nachoz, you will be playing Zerg this time?
That would be correct. Yep.
Alright, well, we've definitely had some interesting ZVZs so far. Last week, we actually had a 4-player ZNZ versus ZNZ. So, let the creep spread, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put you in your separate lobbies. We're going to war.
Someone who played in that ZVZV, or whatever you want to call it, it was a little bit different than most StarCraft games.
It can be. And, I'm loving it. We have some very, let's say, creative players in this league, so not everyone is playing it by the book. Alright, let's get to it.
Good luck on your first match, gentlemen.
Alright, Nachoz says ready, go, go, go. And MvonLipwig says he is ready. We are going into Magnatha. We are going to see some heavy-duty swarm-on-swarm action. Make no mistake, war is coming. With all its glory, and all its horror. FSL viewers, your freedom awaits. Alrighty, let's get right to it. In the bottom right, we have... Moved to wrong person. Huh? Okay. In the lower right, we have our orange Zerg. He is...
Nachoz.
Oh, and he is playing for the team of...
AngrySpaceHares.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Alright, well, do you want to say who was in the upper left?
Sure. In the upper left, we got a Zerg player. I do not know how to pronounce his entire name, so I'm just going to say...
It's going to be automated. Just say it is.
It is...
MvonLipwig.
And he is playing for the team of...
PulledTheBoys.
Alright, so... Double tap on the number 4 so you can follow KJ's observer feed. Yep, there you go. And then we will get this off. So, big difference in the build so far. MvonLipwig went for a really early spawning pool. Whereas
I'm a fan of the early
Nachoz...
spawning pool.
Well, let's just say a lot earlier than Nachoz. His is done. Nachoz is just started, so... I smell some early aggression, is what I'm saying. I think he is going to either try to hit that natural before it's complete, or he's going to try to get right into the worker line.
Yeah, it's a little different than what I usually do, because I like the 12 pool and bring like 6 to 8 lings across, but I see him taking a... It looks like he's not bringing the pressure that I would assume if you go the hatch this early, but I guess we'll see what his plan is.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. There's early spawning pool, and then there's instant spawning pool with the 12 pool. This was not a 12 pool, but definitely he went spawning pool first. I guess that would be the terminology that I should have used.
Sure.
And, again, earlier spawning pools don't always spell aggression. Sometimes they even spell a little bit more defense and macro with the early queen getting out. But here we go. MvonLipwig
spreading
is
his lings pretty far.
Yeah, spreading them out a little bit. I don't know if that's to confuse Nachoz Overlord a little bit. Looks like what he's actually doing is just sending a Zergly into each one of the possible expansions right away. We'll send in just one in to do a little scout and see if there's anything unusual.
Yeah, he's going to have full information with this for sure. He knows there's no early third. He knows there's no... I didn't see a Baneling Nest drop, so... He knows he's pretty safe at the moment.
And Nachoz did scout with his first Overlord, so he does know... He does have a general sense of the expansion timing. But yeah, this is an interesting one. I mean, we mentioned aggression, or macro, really, these early lings are being used almost exclusively for scouting. He wants to make sure he knows exactly when Nachoz expands and maybe even, delay it a little bit.
True. I am a fan of the extra queens in this matchup because just them being so tanky and the way they can hold your ramp if need be. But
I am a fan of extra queens in any matchup. I know there were a lot of clips going around of my 3 queens trying to, eventually successfully staving off that mothership rush last time. And just yesterday, I ended up having to deal with a big battle cruiser rush, which dragged on a bit, but the queens just kept slowing things down enough to get back in there and eventually just take out my opponent. So, queens are handy. They are very much... Well, they talk about bread and butter stuff. I wouldn't say they're the butter, they're the bread. They're the foundation you build almost everything off of. From creep spread to extra larva to defense. And you see we've got a lovely little wall from MvonLipwig right there with 2 queens.
And he also has his Roach Warren done, both his Evo Chambers done, and it looks like Nachoz has started his Roach Warren, and it's about halfway done, and his Evo Chambers are about to finish. So let's see if they try to get out some early upgrades here.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've pretty much skipped any Zerg versus Zerg or Ling Bane play. They're just going to the Roaches, and this is where players tend to just build up. What I really find interesting is MvonLipwig has not taken a 3rd hatchery yet, while Nachoz has. So again, it's really looking like MvonLipwig is the one who wants to hit first. Probably with a whole lot of Roaches. We will see. They are both working on getting their lairs up and running, but Nachoz doing 2 upgrades where his opponent is not.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be mass units against less units with upgrades, but looking at the production tab, it looks like Nachoz is making more Roaches as well, so he's kind of winning on both fronts, it looks like.
Right, and defender's advantage. When you're over on the more creep side of the map, you can use your queens, not just to fight themselves, to heal up those already tanky Roaches. And here we go. Yeah, Lings go in, Lings take their leave. And yeah, it looks like MvonLipwig again. He doesn't really want to use his Lings too much aggressively. He just wants to keep an eye on his opponent's side of the map, with Roaches being more the order of the day. Nachoz, they're perfectly even in workers, but Nachoz' army supply, that's 23 supply points ahead.
Yeah, he's ahead on upgrades. He's ahead on just barely on the roach speed, and with the extra base, he's going to be able to put out way more units. It looks like he's definitely got a clear advantage, and he's spending his money beautifully. He has nothing floating right now, whereas the Green Zerg has a lot of money to spend.
All right, here we go. The Roaches are going to be facing each other. Upgrades just about to complete.
Needs to back out of this. This is not a good fight. He's going to have the better arc and the more units. He's just
and
going to be able to chase
+1
him.
attack.
Yeah, he's got a incredible advantage here, especially if he pushes, knowing with his scouts that these bases aren't down yet. He can delay this 3rd possibly, and possibly push for the win with this.
Yeah, maybe even just fight his way right in. A lot of those Roaches are very injured, and they're the ones who are closest. All right, Ravager is doing some of the defense.
That is a good file to start, but I don't know.
It's
He's got the
interesting.
upgrades.
Yes, kind of like a double arc. One player has a bit more to the left, one player has a bit to the right. Everything in the ball now. He is focusing down whatever he can and working his way into the enemy natural.
And the Lings.
Supply.
Lings
just for good measure.
He spent his money.
Down the Roach War, and no more Roaches for MvonLipwig.
No, this is a very, very bad.
This is
I think this is
definitely. If he wanted to really hit hard with that initial Roach attack, and all he found was that his opponent had way more Roaches. Nachoz taking the point. AngrySpaceHares have the 1-win lead.
I really like the way Nachoz played there. He had a plan, it seemed, and he executed that plan. When you could look at the money and see that it's perfectly spent, and he was ready to push at that moment. His upgrades hit exactly when the fight started. It was perfectly timed. That was impressive.
He's got to be feeling happy about that. Very standard play. very well practiced, very timed out, and his opponent MvonLipwig going a little bit less standard, and it just didn't pay off for him. He invested a lot in that early aggression and just found that he didn't hit soon enough or hard enough. Next map will be El Dorado.
Looking at the end graph, like, you really don't see, if you look at the resource collection, like, they were pretty close, even with him having the early third base, but it was just the fact that I think the money spent is what gave him a clear advantage there.
The money spent and the larva spent. So much of that early Zerg game is about deciding what your larva grow up to become. And, yep, earlier drones mean later roaches. That's the big thing.
It's definitely a start, or a good start
Oh,
for
no.
AngrySpaceHares. No,
We're gonna remake. I don't know what it is, but I just keep putting you in the wrong place.
It's alright, I played a lot last week, so you're just assuming I'm playing a lot this week.
We were trying to figure out, was your name in-game always JMPZ is bad, or was that something you transitioned to?
I transitioned to that this season because I had been out of the game for a while, so I just wanted to, let people know that I'm not as good as I once was.
Okay, so it's not the good kind of bad. It's not like you're cool.
Yeah, no, the opposite bad. Like, I'm getting a little bit older, the fingers are moving a little bit slower.
Oh yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting older. I've actually got a couple of those wrist squeeze exercise things next to my desk now, just to make sure that nothing becomes tingly.
Yeah, my friends were watching the stream last week, and I did a big stretch before my game started, and they were all making fun of me, calling me old, so...
Yep. Dude, hey man, could you crack my back? Oh, thanks, man. You're a miracle worker. It's been interesting. I've got various friends who have, arthritis and stuff, and just the cold weather has been adding a little bit more to that.
Yeah, it doesn't help that one of my knuckles are fused together, so...
Oh! Yeah, that does sound like, yep, sounds a little different.
Yeah, good thing that's the mouse hand.
Yeah. I was donating blood once, and they're like, so which arm is there an arm you prefer? I'm like, yeah, just go with the left arm, my right arm's my keyboard hand, my right arm's my mouse hand, and they're like, what? I'm like, oh, sorry, gamer talk, never mind.
All right, in the bottom right, we have...
Nachoz.
The orange Zerg? There we go.
He is playing for the team.
AngrySpaceHares.
Alright, his opponent in the lower right. We have our red Zerg. His name is
MvonLipwig.
And he represents the team of
PulledTheBoys.
Looks like both of them are starting really early spawning pools this game. I don't think this game, I don't know if they both anticipated this or not, but both of them started incredibly early spawning pools. I'm not sure if it was exactly a 12 pool, but one of them is MvonLipwig. One is not.
MvonLipwig actually started an early extractor. I thought he started the extractor trick and maybe forgot to cancel it, but no, he is going with a very early gas here, so I'm willing to bet we're going to be seeing Zergling speed, earlier than usually see it. Let's put it that way.
Oh, 100%. Looking at the production tab, I see 8 lings against 2. I see both of them producing a queen. Yeah, MvonLipwig's definitely going to be putting on some aggression here. Now, will Nachoz see this with that Overlord? I do not know. I think he got out before the Overlord.
Nope, they are ahead of the view. Warbunny is reminding us to update the score. Yeah, it's tricky. There is no setting for best of 2 in these observer
So it looks like MvonLipwig pulled off a gas as well. So he's not going to be going early Banes, but it looks like he's trying to get that early Ling speed and maybe
it's almost halfway done already.
Massive, yeah. And I don't see it started at all for Nachoz. So this is going to be Slow lings against fast lings.
Yeah, very different style of opening to begin with. When I play Zerg, sometimes I'll go with an earlier spawn-in pool than usual, and if you're used to practicing a bit more of a standard opening, it can kind of throw off when or if you start other things. Usually, when Nachoz isn't doing speed, that means he's going to try to get roaches out as early as possible.
Nachoz has definitely made a lot more defensive units because I think he saw a few of those links coming out, but I don't think he realizes exactly how many are about to come at him. But he better save that Overlord or else he's going to be supply blocked.
Well, this could be a nice little bait. A lot of players, it's like, okay, you're going to send your queen after my Overlord, I'm going to surround it. But no, he wants to go straight into the main base after the workers right now.
Killing the queen that just spawned. Oh, no, stop. Splitting.
I don't think he's targeting anything specific.
Oh, this did not go as well as MvonLipwig had hoped.
Well, he's still getting some more worker kills, up to 5 now, so not bad for a handful of lings, actually.
100%. He's actually up 3 workers. I thought that was going to go a lot worse than it did. He definitely has to run away because of the 3 queens, but yeah, he got himself a little bit of a lead, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's some
5
interesting...
overlords.
Absolutely. There's some different sort of things you can do with your drones when lings are flooding into the mineral line. You can, obviously a lot of people like to stack them by having them all try to mine for the same mineral patch, get on top of each other. You can attack with them, but another thing a lot of people forget is the moment you stop attacking with them and you just tell them to move a little, then they'll be less of a priority than the queen and the other lings, and actually end up just getting in the way as your opponent's lings try to reach a unit that's still considered to be aggressive.
It looks like MvonLipwig also sent a drone out to get to his 3rd base, and Nachoz obviously made the wall because he was afraid of the link flood. But we'll see how early he takes that, because he's been over there for a moment now.
And yep, we're a team league, so after this match we will be moving on to the next one, which will be SPAMandRice versus Pebbles, one of our lower skill games. Nachoz is defending his potential 3rd. This is a map where you also have some time. Oh, there we go.
Found those links that were hiding.
Right, I think they were just waiting there to try to intercept a drone.
Nachoz looking for the scout here. I'm not sure if he saw that main link nest
Doesn't see much. Oh, well, let's see.
He did see it, okay.
Not sure if he had a chance to click on it and see what it was building into, but he knows something was building there.
I would really like to see MvonLipwig get that 3rd down. He's had the drone over there for almost a minute, maybe even 2 minutes now. If he can get that 3rd down and keep it protected, he'll definitely keep growing his lead. But at the moment, it looks like Nachoz took a 5 worker advantage with everything that's been happening. Oh, now it's down to 2.
I think my impression is both of them started so far from their usual builds that there's just a number of things that are a little bit off that, aren't becoming available at the times they're used to, so they have to sort of adjust and try to normalize the game. Nachoz still does not have ling speed, by the way.
I was just about to point that out.
I know. I'm that's my job here, to try to beat you to the punch on these lovely observations, but you made a good try.
I call it the Florencio effect. When games turn into absolute madness, you kind of forget little things here and there, and the game turns into something that you're like, why is this happening? And that's kind of what this game is reminding me of. It's definitely like the Florencio.
Exactly. Nachoz realized he had a full wall with those evolution chambers, and actually I think he might have intended that to begin with, but yes, he went ahead and cleared it out. Meanwhile, MvonLipwig is mining his way into the southern area. He could be trying to take another base there, or that could be a way to open up a back door into his opponent's base.
Oh, he finally drops his 3rd. They both drop it pretty much at the same time.
That is interesting.
Nachoz has... Yeah. Wait, he hasn't... Oh, he's making a macro hatch. I was going to say I saw 2 of the bases on the production tab, but one
both of them have over 500 in the bank at the moment, so yeah, they got to have a way to spend that money.
I know MvonLipwig, it looks like he's got Overlord speed, and he keeps doing the laser thing. He keeps getting supply blocked and then making about 6 or 7 Overlords at the same time to make sure he doesn't get supply blocked for a lot longer.
I don't know if he had those rallied over there. If it's about to put them some... I mean, I don't see any lings or roaches out on the map, so I don't think he's going to be turning them into drop lords. Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
Turning a bunch of them around right away, and they will easily outrun that queen now.
Yeah, the queen has definitely not got the. She got a lot of legs, but she's not the fastest in the bug kingdom, I guess you would call it.
Well, you know, I mean, she's comfortable walking on the carpet. The moment she hits that linoleum, she's just tiptoeing.
Yeah.
All right,
I
more
do like the
overlords
scout.
scouting.
You can see everything with this, but he's definitely. It looks like Nachoz is definitely getting an upgrade lead again.
Not only that, but a big worker lead. He has over twice the drones of his opponent.
Oh. Wait. Does he?
Sorry, other way around.
Okay.
All
He has a
right,
lot
yes,
of
other way
roaches, though.
around.
That is.
Yeah, a lot
that
more
is,
army.
I think we're going to see a big clash here at the third base, and I honestly think Nachoz is going to be able to hold with those roaches, because those Banes aren't going to do what he hopes, and he's already got +1 missiles, so he's definitely in a good position to defend this.
Away we go. Those lings are not going to be able to do all that much against those roaches. Softens up a lot of them, but they do survive.
Yep, and their +1 armor is about to kick in. I would really like to see us switch into roaches as fast as possible, because right now, looking at the units, that's 22 roaches to 0, and anyone that knows ZVZ, that's not going to be a good time for the person with 0.
The roach is something you defend on very heavily for a very big chunk until you get lurkers out, or you start making a transition into the really late game stuff.
I know I said this in game 1, but I'm super impressed with how Nachoz is spending his money. It's like the #1 thing that I try to teach my friends when I'm teaching them StarCraft is just spend your money. If you spend your money, you'll have more. And Nachoz is just constantly spending his money.
Brett, the way I like to put it is you can't take it with you. That money is going to do nothing for you once the game's over. So yeah, keep spending as it comes. You do not want the Scrooge McDuck vault. It's not going to do you any good.
Looks like Nachoz is about to get aggressive here. Both of them are researching Hydra upgrades, but I've yet to see a single... Oh, there's 6 Hydras on the side of Nachoz, but I don't see any on the side of MvonLipwig.
Nachoz okay, he just broke out of his supply block. They both now have a lot of Overlord supply to spare. Moving the roaches back to just intercept anything that attacks them. Here we go. Those lings doing almost nothing against roaches.
Yeah, this is not going MvonLipwig's way at the moment. I wonder if Nachoz realizes how much of an army lead he has at the moment, because if he did, I'm pretty sure he would just push to the other side.
Right. He's got almost nothing to worry about if he sends his army over. Right now, yeah, the roaches being the tanky unit in the front. The Hydra's all ready to add a lot in the back. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, he's got it lined up perfectly. The roaches, the beefy front line, he's got the Hydras, and he's even got some lings there for buddy support if he needs it.
Absolutely. The lings can do a wonderful job just adding a little bit extra damage, especially absorbing hits.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you're going to lose units, yeah, go ahead and lose units that are 2 for 50 minerals. Why not?
Looks like Nachoz is pushing in here. I don't know if MvonLipwig's going to have enough to defend this, because
this looks like an overwhelming force. More and more upgrades, and Hydras to queued up for Nachoz. I don't think he's going to see those complete. I think this game is going to end in just a moment.
Yeah, I think if you gave MvonLipwig like 5 lurkers right now, it would still be tough for him to hold this.
Well, I mean, the high ground would help, but that's all theoretical because he does not have the lurker down.
He is kind of blocking his attacks right now, but yeah, once he makes his way up this ramp, it will end.
GG.
And there we go. GG.
Alright, Nachoz has taken his 2 wins are on the board for AngrySpaceHares.
That was a lovely game.
Alright. Yeah, welcome back. And Nachoz, that was just some very, very solid gameplay. Second map, it looked like both of you were sort of going for alternate builds, but just kind of had to normalize it after that.
Just trying to settle it down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nachoz, I like the way I was saying it in the cache, you were spending your money really, really well. And I think that was what gave you the leg up in game 1 and game 2. Because every time I looked at your banks, you pretty much spent everything you had. So you were doing exactly what a Zerg wants to do and pump out those drones and spend that money.
That's very encouraging. Thank you so much.
And MvonLipwig, just curious about the specific builds that you were starting with. It looked both games like you wanted a lot more early aggression that just you didn't really have a chance to use. MvonLipwig,
I think he might be
he's not muted, but okay, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, game 1 I was trying to be defensive against an early aggression. Game 2 I was trying to get aggressive. I was happy with the couple of drone kills I got, but yeah, very well played.
Yeah, you actually got 5 drone kills, so that wasn't bad.
Nachoz, I'm curious, in game 2 I noticed you skipped Ling Speed. Was that on purpose, or was that just the aggression kind of made you mistakenly forget about it?
No, actually in that, I didn't skip Ling Speeds per se, I skipped gas. I went for like I began with a gasless build, but when I felt that aggression coming on from MvonLipwig, I just like, okay, let me settle this down. Let me, keep droning up, but try to, then let me get some gas. Let's go to lair. Let's get some Ling Speed. So it was just a matter of I was trying to go gasless and try to go like slow Lings plus a lot of queens, but that early aggression, I had to pivot into something in a tech that I was more comfortable with. So that's
yeah. And one thing I don't see much. But Litwig, you had that really heavy early gas in the second one. That's something I don't see a lot of, but I can see it working pretty well if you really get the if you get Zerglin speed that far ahead of your opponent.
Yeah, I'll keep practicing.
Yeah, no problem. That's what this is all about. And these matches are going to go on. Next up, we got SPAMandRice versus Pebble. So are we going to get on that?
What races is the next match? Looks like a Terran vs Zerg. Good old-fashioned TVZ. Looking forward to it.
All right. Welcome, SPAMandRice. Welcome, Pebble. We are going to be continuing this along, seeing if either AngrySpaceHares can get an even bigger lead, or whether PulledTheBoys can tie it up.
Yeah, I need SPAMandRice camera.
Yep. Yeah, SPAMandRice looks like he's muted and deafened in Discord. Let me see if we can just fix that.
While we're doing that, maybe JMPC, you can talk about the rosters here on the show.
Okay, perfect. As soon as they pop up on my stream, I will look at it and see what we got here. Looks like we got PulledTheBoys here with their captain Neutrophil and MvonLipwig, who we just saw play, I believe. And it looks like they got, I believe LittleReaper's playing today. I know he has some insane Protoss builds. I like to watch him play for sure. I haven't seen Instability played this season, and I know she's very, very good too. And I think if we do get to the Ace match, we will get to see SirMalagant play as well. Haven't really got to see many of the other games. I also did enjoy watching Qianpeng play his brother. That's always fun, the brother rivalry. But Papella, I remember his match last week was great as well. And it looks like we also got AngrySpaceHares, of course, warbunnies captain with Chatomic. And looks like Nachoz, who just played Pork Scissor, who I had the pleasure of playing when ZVZ. Pretty fun. Possibly maybe Sopoli, Pacha, SPAMandRice, who we're trying to get a Discord to play right now. GreatArchon. And
yeah, I'm in chat. So he is on his way. And also we're hearing more background streaming.
Probably one of the people who just
joined. And Pebble, you're still muted. Okay, changing name really quickly to avoid confusion. Okay.
SPAMandRice is the Terran player or the Zerg player? I don't remember.
Well, I'm inviting both the men.
SPAMandRice, you're a Zerg player? Okay. So that means...
The Terran.
Oh.
I'm Zerg.
You're Zerg, got it. Well, I guess while we're working on these technical difficulties, I will ask you each one question. If you could nerf one unit, what would it be?
Banelings.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Probably Marines.
Marines, yeah. Sounds like exactly what a Zerg and a Terran player would say. Me being a Zerg player, I can understand why Marines feel very, very powerful when they're, especially when they have their upgrades.
Okay. Let me know when you're back in game. We're gonna be getting started pretty quickly. First map is gonna be Old Republic.
Now I know the question that's always asked is, have you practiced, have you prepared, all that fun stuff, but did you prepare anything special for a ZVT matchup today, or are you just going to go with your normal ladder builds?
I think it just depends mostly on like scout, what I scout.
That's what StarCraft is. A game of adaptation to what your opponent is doing, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. Are you back in game now? I'm trying to send you an invite.
Yeah, I'm in game right now.
Okay.
It looks like I'm in the party with all of you guys, yeah.
Nice. And then Pebble. Heroes.
Looking at the matchup here, looks like AngrySpaceHares getting out to the 2-0 lead. Looking, hopefully we can see PulledTheBoys get on the board this round. Or are you confident you're going to be able to do that, Pebble?
Record has always been winning one game after another, so I'm hoping to at least do that.
Hey, you can't ask for anything more than a 1-1. That's usually the goal going into a matchup, and if you get the 2-0, then that's even obviously an added bonus. Can't get blamed if you go 1-1. You didn't actually lose it for your team, that's for sure.
Okay, there we go. Old Republic. Yes. Okay, I'm doing the invite. Can you accept it?
I have not gotten it yet.
I don't see it either. It might be the lobby might be bugged.
It was showing that you were outside. Here, I'm going to remove and then add again. How about now? There we go. We are ready to rock now.
There we go.
Without further ado, we're going to be moving on with our next match. And SPAMandRice, you were representing AngrySpaceHares, and we got Pebble for PulledTheBoys.
Remember, Hyper Turtle, I'm not playing.
You are if I say you are.
We're gonna get that show match, random v random, soon, right?
That's going to be really interesting, yes. So I believe next weekend we're going to have our usual Saturday games. Then Sunday, we're going to be having a bunch of players challenge each other. And just do a bunch of matches that don't count towards the league, but should be very interesting. All right,
Good luck, boys.
Yep, ZVT action now.
You are watching FSL.
Everything's loading up. And here we go. In the upper right, we have our red Zerg. He is
Fenrir.
And he is playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the bottom left, we have the blue Terran, and he is
SPAMandRice.
playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
Alright. Yeah, so he was saying he had to, like, leave game and rejoin so we could update his name, and instead of Pebble, it's saying Jörmungandr, so... I don't know. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, and then also the intro said Fenrir, so I'm beyond confused at the moment, but we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah. Alright. So this is SPAMandRice's first 1v1 match in the FSL. Yeah, I was seeing a little bit from him. These are meant to be our lower level players, so the lower MMR. Pebble tends to, you know... Yep.
Oh, sorry. Always a bit nerve-wracking on your first game. I remember playing my first game and definitely missing a few things, but if he's played
playing the first game where you're on camera and where it counts towards an event, I think that's the big thing there. So yeah, the SCV is just kind of hanging out over at the third right now. I believe keeping an eye out for an expansion.
Very possible.
Yes, it is very fun to watch watch these players grow, especially the ones who already had friends and family in here too.
Noticed SPAMandRice, he dropped the instant reactor, so no Reaper for Scout, no nothing like that. But if you have that SCV up there at the third, you could pretty much just use that as your Scout. So
now, one thing that doesn't do is it doesn't keep an eye on when any Zerglings or other units head out. So he's got to be ready for that. He does have a full wall on his main, so there isn't too much to worry about. Roach Warren already being made for Jörmungandr. I guess we can call him Jörmungandr.
Very early Roach Warren, for sure.
Alright, factory about halfway done, so... And
early Scout, too.
Yep, see 4 Lings heading over to see what they're up against.
He sees everything he needs to in the main. Looks like he will lose that Overlord, though. But these Lings definitely can put some pressure on the second. Looks like they'll be a little too late.
Yeah, that Overlord's going to go down very quickly. That's going to supply block his opponent. No Overlord in the queue either, just a whole lot of Lings. So that's what he has to be ready for right now.
Yep, and SPAMandRice also dropped a instant, I believe it was another reactor on that factory. Oh, he's gonna lose a SCV there. He raised the wall and lifted up. I think this is a bit of an overreaction, but it's better safe than sorry, especially if you don't know what you're going against.
Well, he added a couple more Marines to the mix and is heading out just to defend.
Yep.
And getting back to work as usual.
Oh, he needs to be careful with those Marines, though, because that is a lot more Lings coming across the map.
Just got to make sure to avoid a surround. However, they are getting a couple of early kills.
Oh, he needs to pull those 2 Marines back? Oh, no.
2 Marines got baited out. The rest of them just kind of standing on the high ground, but they're going to move back. Just a bit more defensive. And we have a Siege Tank and a Viking on the way out, with Jörmungandr upgrading to a lair.
I do like the bunker drop there. You can... takes away some of the APM needed on the Marine. Oh, 2 bunkers it looks like he's dropping now. So he's definitely looking to be a lot more defensive, for sure.
2 bunkers and a Siege Tank, so there you go.
Yeah, he's positioned in the Siege Tank in a very smart position, too, behind the bunkers.
Definitely, right up against the command center, so there's just a little bit less of an area that Lings can attack. His opponent, meanwhile, just getting the roaches out, and there's that conga line you guys were waiting on, you know. Oh, ye of little faith. He was going to get around to it.
I imagine this is something that he does a lot, because I've never seen this. This is hilarious.
It's been a signature. He loves to put one Overlord on patrol and then link them like a chain, with one following the one before, following the one before, following the one before.
Okay. Looks like he's sending a few Marines out to maybe possibly scout another base. Maybe just scout the lines the Lings can come in, but I do like his tank positioning. He keeps putting the tanks in a spot where they can't get fully surrounded.
And he is adding 4 more barracks all at once, so he is making sure that he can create quite a few Marines and replace them as soon as he wants. The only upgrade, interestingly enough, that's been researched so far is Overlord speed.
You got to make sure that conga line's faster.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a dull one, but yeah, very, very low upgrade game. Roach speed now being researched, but no Ling speed, no combat shields, no stim yet.
I've noticed SPAMandRice, it seems like every time he builds a building, he doesn't produce any units out of it until he puts on either a tech lab or a reactor.
Right. Yeah, he definitely likes to have that on there right away. And then start... Yeah, there we go. Now we got some research going on. Stimpack has started now, and he is adding more medevacs to the mix.
Combat shields. Pretty impressive how well he's... I know I keep saying this during this stream, but he's spending his money. Like, he was pretty much just at 0-0. It's very impressive.
That's pretty impressive for lower MMR.
Got the Viking scouting. Looks like the Roach speed's finishing. No upgrades coming out of that Evo chamber yet, though. Like to see him start one.
We're getting ready for a medevac drop now. There's a tank, handful of Marines between the two of them.
Oh,
and
that one
away
Marine's
they
gonna
go.
be the ground escort, it looks like. Oh,
I think one of them was just trying to get in.
Now,
wait for me, guys!
Do they see this or not?
It's within his vision, so as long as he's paying attention to the mini-map, he saw it.
Ooh, super close. Super close. Thin margins. Combat shields will be finished when this attack hits. I don't think Stim will. Oh, will it? Yeah, it's very close.
It's getting... Yeah. Just a matter of seconds here, so... True. I think it'll definitely be done by the time the Marines are out of the medevacs, anyway.
100%. This could be a good amount of damage if there's no static defense over there. Depends where he's dropping them, too. It looks like they've stopped for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a good chunk of roaches, though. That's definitely going to help.
Oh. They're going to have to make their way up, though, if this gets dropped in the main.
Oh, it's in the main. Okay.
Right. And that's to be Marines and a siege tank. Okay, they're going to the corner.
I do like the siege. That definitely will help. Let's see
that
here.
could be the backbone for a good drop. Going ahead, fighting with the Queen. The Marines are not dependent on the siege tank, so right away this drop kind of gets shut down. They did take out a Queen, but the medevacs were able to save all the Marines at least, and they are heading out.
Yeah, he pulled the workers right away.
Mm-hmm.
It was very smart by him. And it looks like this Queen's going to do a little bit of damage, but not enough. Will the roaches get there in time? I think they should.
He's sending some of them down, but very cleverly also sending some, leaving some up top in case the drop just picks up and goes somewhere else. And he still has a bunch of Zerglings dropping that third for when that command center gets floated over.
Yep, he's definitely making sure he doesn't get it. Oh, it looks like we're going to get another attack here.
Right, just a standard attack. Siege tank, Marines, Marauders, just all making their way across and joining up with the 8 Marines, the other medevac from the earlier harass, and he is parading more and more.
He's definitely gonna need to get that third online soon, but it looks like the Zerg player is not making too many drones, only being behind 6 at this point in the game. The Terran should be happy. But
Right,
we'll see how
Lurker
this
down
attack
and
goes.
a Spire started.
Flying the medevac up front just for a little bit of extra scouting.
Yep.
Tank
Yeah,
C.
high ground vision.
There is the stim.
Right. The big thing he wants to do is just keep the fighting within range of the siege tank, just to make sure that whatever is going on, there's always a little bit of that splash damage being leveled on his opponent.
And he knows that the Terran doesn't have the third. Oh, he pulled those Lings away now, so... Oh, wow, what timing. He pulled it away as the barracks gets dropped and as the command center gets built. Oh, he built the planetary in his main. No Zerg's getting in there, that's for sure.
Well, they're definitely going to have to run by quite a bit of defense if they want to get any economic damage done. So I am interested to see what Jörmungandr does with the tech he's just unlocked here. Is he going to be adding a bunch of... is he going to be adding any air... No. Just going straight up and making some lurkers, and those are very hard to get comfortable dealing with.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially even at higher levels.
Yeah, having to scan. That's 5 lurkers on the production tab. That is a lot of lurkers. If he gets those down in a good spot, here they come. Does he get the scan up?
Just a lot of kills going down from both, but no detection from SPAMandRice. He is not scanned, and those lurker spawns are continuing.
He's trying to make the Marines through. Oh, not quite. They try. Oh, there's the scan. So he should be able to pick out some of these. Oh no, good micro there from Jörmungandr.
Goes ahead and repositions them. SPAMandRice still with a very good supply lead despite all of that, and he is sending in the reinforcements right now.
Should add the rest of those overlords to the conga line. It's not long enough.
You want a longer conga, that's for sure.
Okay, I see some Mutalisk on the production tab. I wonder if he's going to go for some harassment. I don't think
it
there
could work
is
alright with harassment, but it will not do. Just a few Mutalisks are not going to do very well against Marines. That's the rule of thumb here.
Oh, 100%. I don't think there's any turrets back in the moon either. I would like to see SPAMandRice add a Raven so that he doesn't have to scan the lurkers, but these roaches are going to trade out really well here.
And SPAMandRice is currently upgrading another orbital, so he will have a bit more scan to go around.
What upgrades does he have on the Marines?
Right now, workers still pretty close. Yeah.
Looks like 2-2 being researched by the Zerg.
Of course, Gauge Tech. Oh. And yep, goes ahead, burrows his roaches too. So the remaining ones are gonna heal up pretty quickly. He's even researching tunneling claws. So he's gonna be able to move them well burrowed. So I'm very curious what he's gonna do with some of the units and upgrades he's got. I know some of our lower level players, they'll just kind of research anything that's available. But sometimes there's a very specific plan involved.
That's a lot more Mutalisk being added on, 6 more to what he already has. So he also dropped the Infestation Pit, so he's going to be maybe getting up to Hive and maybe getting some upgrades on those Lurkers now too.
Yeah, and something you don't usually see from Zerg. Ling speed's still not researched, and I mean, to his credit, he really hasn't made any more Lings anyway.
I think, as you say that, I see a few more popped out. But yeah, he only made the 4 in the beginning. He just wanted to prove you wrong.
Yeah, well, people do that.
The life of a caster.
Yes, indeed. You know, you make your predictions, you break your predictions.
Looks like he's sending the Mutas to the bottom there. Looks like they should find some stuff.
Yeah, and one thing about Jörmungandr is he hasn't been much for F2ing. He has been keeping things nice and separate. Here we go. He takes out one lurker, another one's going down, and this is all while he's also attacking the third. This is a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to get very good damage here. Moving the tanks, sieging them up, moving them forward. Let's see what the roaches can do.
Down goes the natural. Tanks are sieging in place.
Oh no, the conga line!
Pebble does not have a lot of army left here. He is moving his Mutalisks in. There actually isn't a lot over at that third base right now.
Yeah, with no turrets, he can pretty much clean up all the mineral lines, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make an army to kill what's in his base right now. That's the problem. Oh no, there's a pile of Marines.
Yep, stimming right ahead there. And very wisely, the Mutalisks just turn around. However, more Marines down at the low ground at the moment.
Ooh.
And yeah, we've had a lot of bots come over here every time we advertise on Team Liquid, so some of it's just a matter of keeping things in line.
Yeah, when you're on top of their production like this, it's very, very hard for a Zerg to
and that wasn't a ban, it was just a timeout.
Looks like we're about to see the end of this game, most likely. He's down to...
Well, already over.
14 workers.
Jörmungandr is at 3 army supply and 14 worker. One structure after another are just going to get mowed down here by those Marines.
And I see 4 or 5 hatcheries on the top side getting made. I think that's what I see up there.
Yeah, he is not ready to give up on this yet. And, I mean, to his credit, he does have 4,000 minerals and 1,600 gas in the bank, so we'll see what he tries next. It's going to be a lot of catching up to do.
It's not over until the tech's dead. Oh look, that Spore Crawler might get a kill! It does! MVP Spore Crawler taking out one of the metapacks.
Well, I mean, there may be a bunch of hatcheries being made right now, and a spawning pool.
This was a very close game. It was, especially when the lurkers were down. I didn't think SPAMandRice was going to be able to push that, but unfortunately...
Just to clarify, it probably isn't close anymore.
No. think we're getting to that point where I don't care if he has 10 lurkers burrowed in those bases. It's SPAMandRice is going to be able to find these bases and clean them up. He's probably confused right now. Now he finds these. He's probably going to be confused after too if all of these die, because he's going to be like, where's the next base at? Why are you not being revealed? But
right, if you got no quote-unquote town hall buildings left, your opponent will get a heads up on where everything is. And here we go. The
Four queens.
Well, trying their best.
It's not every day that you see.
GG.
GG is called.
I admire your courage. That was nice. Oh, giving up, are ya? You got no arms left. Yep, that's a question. Alright, so that is the 3rd win for AngrySpaceHares. We're going to be moving on next to Mothership. GG indeed. Never give up. Never surrender. Alright, whenever they're ready.
I always find this map interesting with the 3 possible spawns, because you never know where your opponent's going to spawn, so kind of changes the way the game is played, especially when people get a different spawn than you expect.
It's definitely different from a 4-player map, though. You know, because once you scout one area, if there's nothing there, then at least by process elimination, you know where your opponent is. But if you haven't scouted where they did spawn, you still don't really know what they're up to till a little bit later. So it's a nice little halfway thing. I think 3-player maps get a little bit too much of a bad rap. There's just a little bit of information you can be denied.
Yeah, a lot of people are all about the symmetrical maps.
Well, I mean, triangularly symmetrical. Yeah. Anyway, in the upper right, we have our orange Zerg. He is
Fenrir.
And he is playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
Alright.
And at the bottom, we have the red Terran, and he is
SPAMandRice.
And he is playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
Alright, I have to ask that opener for SPAMandRice, is that really him?
Yeah, the supply depot is the spam and the barracks is the rice. Or for the intro, yeah, he plays around with that a little bit. But yes, I think he is, in fact, pretty big on high protein diets. Let's put it that way.
Looks like the SCV scouting again.
Yep. So now he knows. Well, he actually scouted both possible spawning places. So yep.
Oh, he did.
He has a full read.
Noticed that.
Yep. Meanwhile, Jörmungandr went for spawning pool first. Just finished the extractor, and now is going to get the hatchery up.
And he also sent his overlord in the correct direction, so he's definitely going to scout in the correct way for his Zerg. I would be happy. He got the 50-50 right.
Yep, it's a gambler's game, man. And I know some people were going on about Brood War. The big differences, both with sort of the map styles, but even just the gameplay in general. A lot less randomly decided things. But look at this. 2 barracks are being proxied right there in that low ground. And Pebble has not seen either of them.
Yeah, he has no clue that they are there, and it also looks like his lings are going to the other side of the map. This could be very brutal if he doesn't cause enough damage on the other side, but we'll see, because it looks like he's pulling the boys now too.
He's just standard right-click moving, so those lings, before at least, just went right past those Marines and SCVs, and yes, there are more SCVs being brought along. Not a lot to defend against these.
Wall.
Well, it really is not. So they are attacking the workers right now. The workers are going to have to. Yep, they are fighting back. One Marine cut. Yet the classic. Wait, I'll save you. All.
Oh. Looks like he's definitely getting some worker kills here. 6, 7, 8.
Oh yes, indeed.
9.
The lack of a wall here really cost him.
12, 13. Oh, he's down to 7 workers. This is a lot of damage. If he can hold this proxy, he's
only at 4 army supply, so he does have quite a bit of money, so he can get some Marines out there. But
that's 23 lings as well.
Yeah, his opponent is going to be able to just keep building more lings here. He is very limited on how quickly he can get Marines out.
He doesn't have ling speed, but there's this around. Yeah, that's not good at all.
Caught you by surprise.
Oh, and he's gonna get. Yeah, I think we're seeing a very quick game here from the orange.
Now, if he wants to give his opponent a piece of his own medicine, he's gonna do the classic Terran and start floating some buildings away here.
Oh, he's doing it. He's trying to find the area where he can land that building. I think he needs to keep that overlord right on that command center.
One thing I love about these 3-player maps is the ability, it's like, if I want somewhere defensible, I can just expand over to the other unused spawning point. There we go. 4 Marines with a bunker to potentially fall back on, and no, these lings are just running right by.
Oh, yeah, it definitely looks like he's attacking it a little bit, but yeah, he should be able to break that, and hopefully, looks like the orange Zerg should be able to take this game.
To break it, he's going to have to bring his army back home. That's the big thing.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing that now.
Yeah, we're seeing a wonderful deal here of, well, you didn't give up last match. No way I'm giving up this time.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting in the bunker, killing about 5 of these lings.
Yeah, he did not have enough.
Here comes the real
that,
army.
Now, and then if he can get those lings in between the Marines and the bunker,
and there's 3 spine crawlers on the high ground. Oh yeah, this is going to probably end.
You got one player who's mine and one player who isn't.
Once he sees these, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Right, that's 0 supply, so let's see what he can do with that command
supply,
center.
but okay.
Oh, there's the GG.
GG.
And he found the barracks at the end. What a game.
Alrighty, PulledTheBoys puts their first win of the day on the map. And those were some very, very
Fenrir was right. He brings it to a 1-1. He said that before we started, and there it is.
Alrighty, welcome back. Very competitive match. First time, second map. Boy, you want to talk a build order win.
Oh yeah, that was more of like an impulse build. I like saw his location. I was like, oh, he's close to me, and I have 2 SCVs out. I might as well.
I like the idea for sure. I just think it was unfortunate when the Lings got into your main and you weren't able to clean them up. The one Marine tried to be a hero, but he was already at 10 HP, so it just took 1 or 2 bites from a Ling, and then unfortunately it just snowballed.
Yeah, full walls are very nice against Zerg. But yeah, you know, Hababishi saying, yeah, this could be a good one for us to do a rematch of, because you two seem to be a very good match against each other, both early game and late game. And also, neither of you are very quick to surrender. So if we could get some more going on between the two of you.
Yeah, I really enjoy playing against him. Yeah, it was really fun to play.
It was okay. Okay, good. It's working. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And yeah, there's been a little bit confusion over like which brother is also Jörmungandr. So yeah, there was a lot of confusion about Pebble or Fenrir whom. So
oh yeah, I was just going by what I saw on the cam, so I apologize for getting your name wrong a few times.
Yeah, that's the problem with living in the same home as other StarCraft players. But yeah, if possible, we're going to try to keep the names matching between the in-game, the Discord, and the intros and player profiles we've got on file. All right. But yeah, wonderful stuff, and you have put the first win of the day on the chart for PulledTheBoys.
Nice.
So next up, we're actually going to replay. We're going to be doing KriMiNaL versus SaraNghae. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
GG's, guys. Thank you for the entertainment.
Thank you. It was fun to play. Really good job, GG Pebbles.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, I need to just quickly open up my replay folder and get everything copied over. That should only take a moment.
No problem.
But yeah, I love this kind of setup because we get to see some very high level, we get to see lower level players, we get to see everything in between, which means from game to game, we get to see a lot of very different stuff.
Looking at the schedule here, it looks like we're going to get a very, very high level match. These next two should be higher level, and I'm definitely looking forward to the 2v2 as well with warbunnies and LittleReaper in it, because like I said earlier, I love LittleReaper's builds. He always pulls out some crazy stuff, so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. So, players aren't available right now, but they were nice enough to send up the replays. And I don't know if we'd call it the wrong name. I mean, you know, he was not going with the he was going with a different name anyway, just going with Jörmungandr, and you'll notice a bit of a Asgardian theme with that family.
So it looks like we're getting a TBT in this replay?
Yes, we are. We have been very low on Protoss so far, but they will be showing up later in this matchup. In the lower right, we have our blue Protoss. He is
SaraNghae.
And he is representing the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the top left, we have the orange Terran, and he is
KriMiNaL.
representing the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
So we are going into another proxy, not especially close to his enemy base. You know, it's longer to get there, but also trickier to scout.
They also saw it with Sarah's first match of the season, so I look forward to seeing the new player and seeing what he can pull out.
And sometimes trickier read too, because we do have another barracks that is being built at home. And yeah, the chat is asking a little bit about your poster.
Oh yeah, it's like a meme. It says "Live, Love, Laugh." It is not supporting that. It's like a play on like a little girl's post that they do on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. So,
alrighty,
it is not.
It is not supporting the administration.
Yes, absolutely not. It says "Live, Love, Laugh." There you go.
Alrighty, you've heard it here first. Yeah, I keep it heavy on the StarCraft posters and plushies, although, to be honest, there's a couple things I'm thinking of swapping on a little bit. I need to show off my Mystery Science Theater 3000 collection a little bit more often.
Yeah, if I turn my camera, all you guys would see is shoes, because that's real.
Yeah, he is. This is interesting. KriMiNaL does definitely smell something, and he is taking a look around, just not quite in the right direction.
Yeah, I think he realized when looking at that barracks that it seemed a little bit fishy.
Yeah, I mean, even though it was there, you can see how far along it is building.
Still got just like another Reaper coming up.
Yep.
Oh, good pullback. Good micro there. Will he get the SCV kill? He does get one SCV kill. I like how he's using the SCV for vision as well.
Yep,
keeping it
just so they know what they're jumping into.
So it looks like we're getting a Reaper rush here for sure.
This is paying off very well. It's not even one he's invested that much into. It's just a single barracks there. But he is causing all kinds of chaos here. And he could potentially just kill things as they pop out of the barracks now.
Oh, and now there you go, the 2 Marines. Will he get a kill? Oh, the micro is impressive. Oh, that's a GG.
Oh, just like that. It's
quick.
a GG, and then a GG. Alright. So that puts another point on the map for PulledTheBoys.
That was nice cheese there. Again, with the SCV at the top of the ramp, it allowed him to micro that one weak Reaper back each time, and I think single-handedly that won him the game.
Exactly. With Reaper rushes, it's all about just making sure that you keep the Reapers alive, let them heal, and just keep it going. And he just hit at the perfect time. And what about the basketball hoop? What's the story there? Do you do a lot of practice?
Well, as you can see, the hole that's right under it, I stopped shooting the ball because apparently it can damage the door. But yeah, I used to shoot the hoop, like in between StarCraft games if I got angry.
Oh, that makes more sense, yes. Yeah, actually, my Kerrigan StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm poster actually is in front of a little dent in the wall from one of my rougher playing sessions. Alright, in the lower left, we have the blue Terran. He is
SaraNghae.
And he is playing for the team
PulledTheBoys.
In the upper right, we have the orange Terran, and he is
KriMiNaL.
playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
This is such a weird map, because every time I see the initial scouts go out, I always think, oh, they're taking a different route, so they're probably going to proxy. Wait, no. The entire middle of this map is just kind of walled off by 3 or 4 different types of barriers.
like they both are SCV scouting, not trusting the other person, and that makes sense from KriMiNaL after what happened last game. He's probably going to want a little more information, make sure he doesn't get Reaper cheesed again. But other than that, it looks like everything else is pretty standard.
Yep, both of them following up with the Reaper as well, so This is going to be... I'm finding it's pretty standard to have a little bit of a double scout. You know, you make sure you get an idea of what's going on as early as possible with the SCV, and then you have the Reaper follow up, not only to scout, but also to potentially defend against enemy Reapers. Yeah, each of them following up with additional 1-2. I know a lot of players also then like to add a Hellion, and that's usually safe enough if your opponent is trying to do some sort of proxy against you.
Yeah, it looks like KriMiNaL went for the early second command center, while Sarah went for the earlier factory. So he's definitely going to be able to get that Hellion out a lot quicker. So hopefully KriMiNaL is able to play a little better defense this game and use that command center to his advantage for the economy.
Yeah. Well, last game, he got caught more off guard than you usually would think with that kind of rush. It just came in, and he was able to instantly take out what defense he had, and then just take out everything else as they came. So here we go, and just such an odd little... You know, it's like the donut. There's a donut hole here. They have to go
he scans everything. That is a I would call it a worthwhile scan, because usually if you scan and you don't see anything, but he sees everything. He knows exactly what's coming. Looks like he's got 4 Reapers? 2? It is a very
well, that
close
Hellion
fight.
taking a lot of damage, but not quite going down. Alright, he has all the units now. I mean, even if that's just 2 Reapers and a Hellion, he can do a lot there and just camp production too. SCV is working on driving them off. It is
Killed
a
the
battle.
Hellion at least, but yeah, these 2 Reapers are definitely going to be able... Oh, he got one surrounded. Oh, he wasn't attacking.
Right, they stopped. Ouch.
Oh, this is definitely painful.
SaraNghae and these Reapers. This one wasn't even especially cheesy, but they managed to outnumber the enemy units just enough so this continued. This is only going to be able to keep going so long, but that was some good damage he got done there. He is a 6-worker lead now.
Yeah, it looks like SaraNghae has very, very good Reaper micro, I think, from both of these games we saw. And it looks like he dropped a 3rd command center, too. So he's trying to use the damage he did there and take an economical lead, for sure.
Not only that, but follow up with Cloaked Banshee. And again, if he catches his opponent off guard there and can just keep that Banshee away from the Marines, that could just be... just... really add to the economic damage he's already gotten.
Looks like the scan coming through to see how many workers he has on that second base. Looks
And
like they're pretty
Cyclones.
even in workers still, but yeah, it's going to be rough if that Cloaked Banshee gets in there.
Yeah. Well, Cloaked Banshees and Cyclones, both units that are very hard to chase down.
And there's the Reaper coming back in for seconds.
He is just keeping that lock on the orbital.
He broke it there.
Okay.
Getting
And in
the tanks down. Oh, one of them goes down. That's big. And oh, that Reaper's still doing damage in the back of the base.
Finally cleans that up. He does have a Viking out. That could be very handy once the Banshee does arrive.
Yeah, especially if he's got enough energy to scan. Here comes the Banshee.
There we go. Yeah, very easily taking it down. So
that was a very good scan. That definitely was very, very well done by KriMiNaL.
At that time around, he was ready, and really the big difference here, about a 10-worker lead at the moment. So it's about playing catch-up at the moment, but also making sure that this doesn't get piled on too much. And yeah, going straight after the tank immediately.
Yeah, looks like
right
double
away.
evades behind this as well. There's another scan. Will he get it? I don't think he'll get it, but he'll definitely chase it away.
And again,
Banshee's back for more. Does he get it? Oh, 12 HP. Doesn't have much energy left, so he'll probably have to wait a little while to get it back in. But yeah, he's definitely got a 10-worker lead, so this damage he's done early is huge. And he's dropping, it looks like 3 missile turrets to try to keep that Banshee out of his base. But Sarah looking good in this game too.
Yep. Well, despite KriMiNaL being behind on workers, so much of his focus has to be on defense still. And yeah, that Banshee, not only low on energy, but also low on health, so it is going back home for repairs. SaraNghae just really throwing KriMiNaL off. I'm noticing a lot of little spots where there's a worker or two that's just being left idle. Supply blocked as well for the moment.
Well. Down. He definitely has like a good defensive position now, but yeah, the 15 worker lead and the fact that he's got a third command center means Sarah
and is getting ready to take the gold.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yep. And they're asking if you can bring the production tab back up.
Sorry, me?
Rocks take a little while to take down the... I think the big thing, the siege tank, is just a little bit out of range, so the armor is just really keeping it down. We've got Marines coming from multiple directions here now. Not a lot of them, though.
It's like his stim pack's almost finished. His +1 attack. He's got his +1 defense on the way.
Alright, he's able to take down 1 SCV, but those 4 Marines just completely outnumbered and out-tucked at the moment. Stimpack just about to finish for SaraNghae.
Really impressed with SaraNghae's TVT at the moment. He seems to know a plan that he's got at the start of the game and execute it very well.
Yeah, and what really impresses me here is how these plans don't require that much dedication. These are all things he can just transition out of when he needs to. Alright, 1-1 just about to finish. Just sending Marines to all the possible expansion places, just making absolutely sure that he is in a position where he can keep his lead going. KriMiNaL on the defensive here, even adding high Sagato tracking to make absolute best use of those missile turrets, as he knows he just can't afford to suffer any more economic damage. This is an intimidating force coming from SaraNghae, complete with a couple of Ravens to disable siege tanks if needed.
The KriMiNal's doing the siege tank walking them forward to try to keep the new command center he's building protected. He still does have a third one in his base. He might float that out soon, but looks like Sarah's...
Interference matrix.
All 3 tanks are disabled. That's not good for KriMiNaL.
Alright, the Vikings lead. This could be the finishing blow right here.
That last tank's getting some shots off, though. That was a lot of damage back, for sure. KriMiNaL held on.
Those Cyclones also paying up very well defensively. Here come more sieges.
Oh, the landed
and those Vikings having already landed.
Oh. If he would have saw those tanks before they got sieged, I think he would have been in a good spot. But here comes 3 more tanks. The Marines getting on top of them, but it's 1 down. Okay, he only lost 1 tank there. Not too big a deal.
I mean, he's holding on. Something I'm kind of puzzled about is SaraNghae cleared out the rock for the gold, but has not moved command center to start mining from there yet. He is building another command center as a 3rd, so that might be intended to float over there. But a big contain going on here. 4 siege tanks right outside the natural.
Yeah, I think it looks like KriMiNaL can make 3 at a time. Oh no, he's got his siege tanks blocked essentially on his own ramp. But yeah, the fact that he's not going to be able to take a 3rd is very, very rough for him.
Well, he's just floated it over there, but what he's really lacking is any spotting units like Vikings.
Yeah.
Those siege tanks are just going to be outranged.
Yep, and he's probably going to be able to get
Come on, SaraNghae. I want you to take the gold, man. You got yet another orbital you're building. Just mine some gold for me, just for me.
He made 2 Liberators, but the problem is if you don't have the lead with the Vikings, I don't know how well the Liberators are going to do here. And now the Liberators are getting targeted by those Vikings. Oh, this is rough. I think we're at the point of seeing a GG here soon. And there it is.
There we go. So just like that, the score gets evened up 3-3. And they're asking if we can do the 2v2 game next. And it looks like everyone's fine with that. Let me just bring them in and we'll make sure.
Yep, while you're getting them invited, I'll be back 45 seconds.
Absolutely. Warbunnies, pacha. LittleReaper and MonkeyShaman.
All right, it's a series.
Hey everyone, so everything's tied up. Just to make sure everyone's all right with us doing 2v2 now.
Oh. Ask LittleReaper.
Okay, I was ready. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey. Okie dokie.
I can do it.
Let's get this.
Sergeant ABC requests to join my party. No, that's illegal. We can't 3-on-2 them.
Sergeant ABC always wants to join a party.
It's true. It's fair. He's got a dresser to paint.
All right. Well, we got 2v2 here. Like I said, scores are tied, so this is going to be a very good chance for one team to get a little bit more of a solid lead again.
This is the match I was looking forward to.
Oh, well, tell me why. Not that I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just looking for conversation.
I like LittleReaper's builds. I usually see him in a 1v1, so I kind of want to see what he can do in a 2v2.
Sounds good to me.
Same. And this is the introductory match for Pacha, right?
I played last couple weeks back.
Oh, okay. My bad.
There we go.
Yeah, we got everyone. First map is going to be Riscallion. Anything you want to say before we get started here? Oh boy, Bonnie's is always down the rabbit hole.
He's there somewhere. He's just
see what you did there.
I can vouch for that. I'm right across the alley from him, and his work truck is still. There we go. You know, so thank you, Thing.
I just love the visual of you like hurling a Carbot Zergling out his window or something. Be like, hop on the SC2, you know?
Oh boy, I've gotten tilted against him before, and yes, I've.
Yes, the question I want to ask before we start is, Monkey, if you could, you're playing random, if you could pick one race to spawn in as, which one would you prefer, or do you not care?
I would say not Protoss, because I think that then my team would be Toss versus Terran, and I think it opens more tactical flexibility if I got Terran or Zerg. So I don't have a super strong preference between those two, but in this particular kind of matchup, oh no, they're Protoss Terran. Then in that case, no, any and all, I will roll the dice and be happy with it. Yeah.
Well, as a Zerg player, I'm going to be praying for the Zerg so we get some bugs on the map.
I like Zerg. I enjoy Zerg a lot. I'd say it's a little weird sometimes when you're in a team game because you got to be cautious about creep spread not messing up where your allies' buildings can go. But I think that Zerg is really good in team games. Is what I've observed.
I wish they would change that so that you could build on your friend's creep.
Yeah.
But
if you wanted
that's
that
something
way,
in like a
co-op.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we finally get to see some Protoss action today. I'm gonna get you guys into it here.
All right.
All
right. Look out, fun guys.
Right. So without further ado, we're going to get into our 2v2. I really find the team of LittleReaper and MonkeyShaman interesting because LittleReaper focuses very heavily on those initial gateway pushes. Very consistent on how he likes to go about it. His opponent, meanwhile, is not only a random player, but tends to really throw the strategies together on the fly. So a lot of it's going to be just how he adapts to support whatever LittleReaper's doing. The hand he's given.
You are watching FSL.
In the okay, do we have the right people? Yep, in the upper left. Oh no, the lower right. We have the green. Protoss he is.
MonkeyShaman.
And his teammate. The Protoss in the orange. He calls himself
LittleReaper.
And they are playing for the team.
PulledTheBoys.
And in the upper left, we have, and he is
Warbunnies.
And we have the red Terran, and he is
Pacha.
playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
But to answer our questions, there are no Zerg this time around. We're going with Terran Protoss versus Protoss. And we've got a cheeky little gas steal. LittleReaper doing that against Warbunnies. Warbunnies does tend to go with very gas-heavy builds, so that actually could pay off nicely.
I expect nothing less from LittleReaper. He is very, very aggressive from the games that I always watch him play. So,
Warbunnies in these 2v2s, typically he'll do a little bit of Oracle harass, depend a lot on his opponent, on his teammate to keep the opponents busy, and then just build up a very difficult to deal with Golden Armada, Sky Toss, and really excels anytime where his I keep saying opponent. Anytime he's teamed with someone who can put together a good composition that can take out anything that is a threat against his flying units. Alright, so there is a probe blocking that spot. It is just out of range. There we go. There we go. The Reaper's going to clean it up just like that. He does not put down a blocking pylon or anything, but against Terran, I'm not a big fan of pylon blocks, since they can just set down one place and then fly to the next.
yeah, it was definitely seems like he slowed down his economy with that probe, so it's worth losing that probe to block it for sure.
Just
Because
a
it
little
looks
bit.
like everybody else has already got their 2 big
Yep. The longer it takes to build that first command center, not only are you missing out on the standard production in mine, and you're also missing out on the mule drops.
And that depth is going to take a long time to clear out.
That is going to be the eternal conflict here.
He did take a second gas from his natural, so he's not... At least he's got 2, but yeah, as a Protoss player, you would rather not have that happen for sure.
Right. And being very cautious, putting a couple of cannons down in the natural. First Oracle is out, and he is charging it up. Man, Bunnies, just get a stalker in there. just
one. Now he needs the gas.
Yeah, that he does. And
looking like this Oracle's looking to get some damage done. Hopefully he finds some damage, because they're going to need
Pacha's Reaper is just there, keeping an eye for when anything moves out. Here we go.
There you go.
LittleReaper, also very, very dependent on those familiar builds. He has been known to really suffer from early damage, and it throws off his people's plans.
That's 9 workers killed. That is a very worth Oracle.
Yep, the Phoenixes do take it out. There is another Oracle that's out.
The Phoenix counts up to 3, so it looks like Air War's superiority should be with the Little Reaper and MonkeyShaman.
And correction, no Oracle. He ended up canceling the second one, making a Void Ray. But yep, we're getting ready for one of Little Reaper's famous warp pins. Doesn't look like he...
another Stargate too from MonkeyShaman. It looks like he's gonna go very aggressive on the air.
Little Reaper thought better than to go straight into the main, so he's just going to stand here, warp some Stalkers in. They are being joined by these Phoenixes. I think MonkeyShaman specifically wants to take out any early air units that warbunnies has.
And there's a drop coming in from the Terran. Yeah, he's not going to be back to defend, but maybe he can do enough damage across the map that it makes it worth it. But we'll see if he can mix. Because right now, yeah, he's boosting in.
Immediate cancel.
Let's see.
Alright, here comes the Marine drop. Meanwhile, they've got defend. There is one siege tech. It is not siege yet, though. You will get the opportunity. These Void Rays also help and drive those Stalkers away, but they are not giving up yet.
Marines are cleaning house in that main.
Lot of worker killed. MonkeyShaman losing probe after probe.
I think
and just 2 Stalkers, 3 Stalkers coming in to try to defend. They could be outgunned pretty easily. Here come the Phoenixes as well, and Little Reaper moving in with the Stalkers, the one adept.
Okay, looks like this is
just north of them.
Yeah, if he gets hit by that mine, that's gonna hurt. But these Void Rays are not gonna like this.
Focusing the Void Rays right down one at a time.
And with that Warp Prism on the front, he can keep making units.
No defenders
so matter of making units on your side or their side, because those Marines are still alive.
Yeah, both Pacha and MonkeyShaman taking a whole lot of damage right now. Gonna turn their attention to warbunnies. He does have cannon battery there.
Battery's down. Stalker's down. If he kills this cannon, there will be nothing that attacks him.
I think they're sharing control here. There's that one green Stalker that's helping focus fire the pylon.
They were stuck on move command, but they stopped that now. Oh no.
Little Reaper did help clean up those Marines finally.
Looks like warbunnies is trying to kill the warp-ins, but the micro is keeping it away from that Void Ray. And the Void Ray goes down.
The Void Rays, they just haven't had a chance to group up. That's the big issue here.
And looking, it looks like warbunnies doesn't have any army. He's only got the probes at the moment.
MonkeyShaman and warbunnies, both very much hurting supply-wise. And warbunnies trying to give the power back to that Stargate. And here we go.
Calling
the boys
GG.
have been pulled just like that. All right, PulledTheBoys have taken a map. So much simultaneous damage being done.
I think if the Widow Mines would have been slightly closer to warbunny's base, they might have been able to hold there. But yeah, it was very.
Sometimes that's all it takes. If the Void Rays had just been grouped up a little bit or taken advantage of the wall or high ground so that they weren't picked off one at a time. Just excellent positioning from Little Reaper, and that's what he excels at, that big first push.
Yeah, I think that gas steal definitely helped.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes it even just throws your opponent off. But yeah, Bunny is especially. He needs that early gas. I mean, even that little delay they did to that first expansion as well for Pacha.
Yeah, Little Reaper's early game aggression is definitely on point today for sure. That was very well done. And it looks like PulledTheBoys got their first lead of the day, up 4-3 now, I believe.
Yep. One more thing I want to say: those Marines, just as much damage as they did, the fact that they weren't back to defend. It's that kind of thing, you know. You choose your times, and from Little Reaper, I am completely, totally, absolutely, entirely, and wholly ready again.
Yeah, he typed that before game 1, so...
I think he's got that copied and ready to paste.
Waiting on warbunnies, because he's still selected as Terran at the moment.
That she is undeniably, inconclusively... I'm trying to remember that Wizard of Oz bit from, when they were waiting on the coroner. Undeniably and reliably dead!
Now with game 2 coming up, I wonder what race MonkeyShaman will get. I would like to see a different race, so we don't get another exactly the same, but we will see.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Your opponent doesn't always know exactly how to start up against you. Don't always know what to expect. Okay, we are ready.
Is warbunnies playing Terran?
I think he is.
Okie dokie. Looks like we're gonna get a TVT versus RVP now. Come on, bugs.
Yes, indeed. And I figured that because it was actually giving me a Zerg tip as it was loading. Okay, I guess we're restarting.
Oh, no!
Okay. Yeah, I guess he did not intend to be Terran.
Sorry, he's under the weather. We'll let him have one.
Poor guy.
He didn't know.
Bunnies wanted to switch race, or more specifically, Bunnies did not want to switch race.
True. He was afraid of the bugs. That's what it was.
Yeah, so I'll leave it up to MonkeyShaman whether he wants to stick with Zerg or just stay random. Alright.
We're rolling the dice again.
Yeah, that is definitely a copy and paste. I'm completely, totally, absolutely, entirely, and wholly ready for a third time. Okay, he did add the for a third time, complete with a nice little emoji. Alright. Let's do it. False start.
Kinda
We never
jealous
gonna
that
see the bunny
warbunnies
guy.
just has to reach back and grab a snack whenever he wants one.
Yeah, with Warbunny's camera, I would pay good money if, he was still out of shot, but he was wearing some bunny ears that were poking up.
You are watching FSL.
Alright, let's give us another shot. In the upper right, we have our green, this time, Protoss. He is.
MonkeyShaman.
And his teammate. The Protoss in the orange. He is.
LittleReaper.
And they are playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the bottom left, we have the red Protoss. And he is...
Warbunnies.
And the blue Terran. And he is...
Pacha.
Yeah, I should say...
For the team of...
AngrySpaceHares.
Sorry, you're good.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. No, I just want to say that I gave Warbunnies those Eldream skins. I got them in a Twitch drop when I was watching the first StarCraft II that was on EWC. So, yeah, I'd already gotten all the war chests, so I felt like being generous.
Had to throw that in there. I also saw something before this game that I found incredible. LittleReaper is 85 and 75 all time. That means he has played over 160 games in the FSL. I do not believe I know of anyone who's played more games than that.
You know, it's possible that his brothers or some other people who had Sidestorm Gaming family members and were there in the very first season. But a lot of them haven't played every season. You know, him and, you know, as well as Neutrophil and Dark Menace, they've been very consistent as far as being a part of this. That is a very unusual expansion spot for MonkeyShaman. I kind of wonder whether that was intentional or not, or whether, you know, whether he wasn't aware of the placement of the ramps, or if he's just trying to confuse his opponents and make them think that he's waiting on expanding. We're gonna have to ask him about that.
If he was trying to confuse him, he didn't, because that Reaper went straight to that spot.
Reapers are hard to confuse.
If I don't know what I'm doing, clearly they don't know what I'm doing.
Well, playing as random can even add to that a little bit more too. And yeah, Pacha is scouting around, seeing if there's any other bases in unusual spots.
So it looks like Warbunnies learned from game 1, didn't allow his gas to be stolen. Looks like they also got their second bases down almost immediately, so no early game cheese from LittleReaper this time, preventing the economic growth from the blue and red Protoss.
So MonkeyShaman's expansion here could be especially vulnerable. It's far away from the production, and it's also at a place where, like, air units, oracles, or void rays could very easily attack there, and if reinforcements do come, they can just fly up and start attacking the main and alternate between the two. So we will see if Warbunnies exploits that. LittleReaper, he just got his warp prism out, going with an immortal after that.
Yeah, if I'm 100% playing in this match, that's the first thing I'm telling my partner is this: we need to attack this base. And it looks like that's exactly what.
There's the Oracle. He does have a shield battery there, but it's not quite. Okay, there we go.
So not the 9 kills like game 1, but it looks like the Oracle finds a soft spot.
LittleReaper bringing the Stalker over to try to alleviate the damage. But yeah, like nothing but ground units for, other than that. Oh, nope. Couple of other Stalkers wait there. They are going to finish it off.
That was a very good damage early on by Warbunnies and Pacha there. So
yeah, I think Warbunnies' philosophy there is, you know, Oracle, if it doesn't do any damage, it's easy enough to just get it out of there, but just the amount of damage it can do. If it does... Oh, okay. Pacha did a pause.
Take stock here. Looks like
Bunny's requested pause. Okay.
Looks like
Bunny paused.
Bunnies is going for a Void Ray again. Looks like Monkey's going for early Zealot speed. And Pacha's almost got his stem completed.
Yeah. Right now, MonkeyShaman catching up a little bit with supply. Everyone else is in the 50s at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, he was the one who took the most of the brunt of the damage from those oracles for sure.
Alright, away we go again.
Looks like we got an early drop coming in. Probably.
This is looking similar to last game. We are going with a big drop from Pacha. Well, the PulledTheBoys team, well, looks like they decided to...
I wonder if Warbunnies communicated that corner of that base was, like, pretty open, because if he runs those into that main where MonkeyShaman's first base is, those Marines are going to get a lot of damage.
Right, and this time they have a lot more advanced warning about those Stalkers coming up. However, I don't know if they know about that Warp Prism, which has 2 Immortals inside it. Here we go, Marines are setting down while LittleReaper starts hitting Pacha's worker line.
Looks like he did find the drop this time, so shouldn't be as many worker damage. And
Well, at this time, if he picks up, he can still go on high ground and get more of them.
There it is.
There is no blink, so that is heavy. And so far, LittleReaper has not moved that warp prism to drop the immortals yet.
And he cornered the stalkers over here too. This is definitely a good advantage for warbunnies and pacha.
Right, AngrySpaceHares in such a more advantageous position than they were last game. Those charge lots running towards them. He could potentially pick up and just drop down at that expansion again. Nope, everything gets cleaned up.
Cleaned it all up.
Damage has been done though. MonkeyShaman down to 46 supply. He only has 15 probes right now.
Ooh, that's painful. Yeah, and everybody else is pretty much hanging around the 40 range of workers, so Monkey's definitely behind.
And Pacha taking a third. As is warbunnies.
I think they may not have directly did the damage to that second base we were talking about earlier, but I think the fact that he had to put his units the way he did was a determining factor there for sure.
Well, when you got medevacs and your opponent only has ground units, you can really reposition them.
Looks like that siege tank
trying to find protection. Yeah, I mean the Oracle's gonna be able to stand up against that for a little bit. And here comes the warp in.
Can he finish off the tank? Looks like he's trying to kill the tank. He gets the tank.
He got quite a few shots off. Here we go.
These zealots are doing damage, but the issue is I think the void rays are going to clean everything up.
Here we go. Stim might have been a little bit early, but the reinforcements have arrived. We have multiple void rays coming in, grouped together with the Marines. And this is where warbunnies really is comfortable, if there's enough supporting units to make sure that his air units don't take any hits.
Oh yeah, for sure. Warbunnies has got the snowball rolling through the air this game for sure. Last game, I think MonkeyShaman and LittleReaper had air superiority, but warbunnies said no, not this game.
Alright, Pacha getting another drop ready. Reaper just making his way back home, and again, this is just very difficult to defend everything. The mains and the natural are just such a long walk from that expansion.
And it looks like LittleReaper's taken his third, but MonkeyShaman has not taken his third, and he's the one that's the most deprived of probes right now, so this drop can basically cripple his economy if it does damage. There's the third base, but I think we're going to get a cancel.
I think a much better spot would have been in between all the existing bases. Here we go.
That wasn't a cancel. I think
no
that
cancel.
died.
400 minerals that were not recovered. Right.
Trying to get into
There
the
goes Pick It Up.
main.
Oh, they survived. However, LittleReaper has something to say about that.
That's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work for sure. That'll definitely help them.
Absolutely. Something I want to note, none of the Protoss players have Blink.
Did not notice that. Looks like we have 2 carriers on the production tab for warbunnies. Gonna get into that
He's going to be very
Protoss
comfortable
air.
with that. Especially if he can position them in places where he can just take advantage of those ledges. Just limit how much his opponent can actually hit back. And Stalkers, especially without Blink, are really limited with what they can do against big capital ships.
Yep, and it looks like he's researching +2 air weapons already as well, and yeah, it looks like only +1 attack for LittleReaper at the moment. He's definitely going to have the upgrade advantage in these attacks. It's a big army from LittleReaper.
Yeah, MonkeyShaman just supplementing a bit as well. And here we go. They are making their move. The army's not quite hitting at the same time, though, with bunnies more than ready to take out MonkeyShaman's troops.
That was very close. Those medevacs scared me there with all the Marines and Marauders in them. That would have been very painful to lose all 4 of those. And as you say, Blink is now being researched by Little Reaper. He probably wanted to blink on those and realized he didn't have it.
The Little Reaper tends to like to stick with the gateway units, but against air Protoss, you really need a lot of flying Protoss of your own. There is just so much that they can do to just make the damage mount up before your troops can even get within range.
Looks like Little Reaper and MonkeyShaman started +2 attack, but this drop's going to do a lot of damage.
Up. Going straight after Little Reaper's third base.
Going for the Nexus too. I like this decision because if he kills the Nexus, then the probes can't really mine anything.
This is a good hit. He's even killing some additional probes as well. Reinforcements are coming. I don't know how easily he'd be able... Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick up this point.
Warbunnies is attacking Monkey second as we speak.
Yeah, just a Zealot run by.
That's very good SimCity with that cannon too. Prevented the Zealots
and
from
the
getting
shield
on the middle of the
batteries.
line. Yeah.
Just
very
now,
good.
if he attacks that with his flying units, he'd be able to get a lot done. The Zealots just aren't going to be able to get in.
There's a lot of gateways there too, so that was very good defensive by Little Reaper and MonkeyShaman there. Looks
Now,
like they want to push.
if they are able to depower that base, that is going to be no production whatsoever left for MonkeyShaman. But at the moment, it is Little Reaper who's taking the offensive.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get right onto this base. This base
No
is not
escape.
long for the world, and that's a lot of SCV kills.
They are
He still
grouping
has
up
53.
right now.
The blink away, and the Immortal left to die, and he's going to lose.
And the Zealots left to die
relics.
as well.
All I'm thinking is I wish I had a Storm for that. Looks like Little Reaper trying to get some poke in while he can before the units get set up.
That
Oh, he
is-
blinks into the carriers. That was a very good snipe, but I don't know if it was worth because he's going to lose a lot of the stuff for that.
There are still 8 carriers there. And that is along with 5 Void Rays, so... You know, Warbunny is in a very comfortable place right now.
Yep, he's got the Armada, but he's not protecting. Yeah,
MonkeyShaman at
a
73,
lot of
Supply Little
carriers.
Reaper at 55, while their opponents are 154 and 162.
I
They're
think we're about to
running
see
out
the
of
1-1.
options before you know it. And I'm
Yeah, they're
thinking
attacking
that
together.
this here is-
I like this.
Yeah, they've been... Both teams have been very well coordinated here.
There we go. The
And we
GG
have
is
the
called.
GGs. We are now 4-4 tie.
Oh man, we might get paid for this shit.
Oh yeah. She had bonus mentioned that he'd like to do this match. Alright, welcome back.
Hey, I have to go to work. I'll guys talk to you later.
Alrighty. Hey,
I've also got
have fun.
GG's.
GG's all around. I've also got to run at the moment, but yeah, very very well played. A lot of fun.
All right, we can
Yeah.
just move on to what's next, which is going to be Chatomic versus AntoineQ. So battle between some very skilled of our French players.
Yeah.
I think looking at the numbers, it was what, number 3 and number... I don't remember the other number, but so single-digit numbers. They're definitely more skilled.
Yeah, well, Chatomic especially, very high up in our rankings. Welcome.
Hello, I just asked if we could switch up with SirMalagant with against.
If they're up for it, we can bring them in and ask. And I don't see SirMalagant though.
Yeah.
Let me
that's the
message him.
thing.
Yeah, we can check on that. It must be pretty late where you're at. Well, we will find out in a moment.
We still have some of our players here?
Oh yeah, we got players.
Oh, I was from the 2v2. It looks like they are all gone. I was
Yeah,
gonna
from what
ask
I
if-
saw, I thought the SirMalagant game was part of the normal lineup, not like an ace.
Yeah, it is. SirMalagant versus GreatArchon.
Yep.
But that's if he's available.
He just hopped into lobby number 1.
All right,
I just
great.
messaged him, so he should be ready after this.
Okay. SirMalagant, GreatArchon, are you all right with going next?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we will do that, and then we will move on to match between AntoineQ and Chatomic.
Let's get you guys
Thank
on
you very
camera.
much.
Let's do it.
Yep,
All right.
let's do it. And I'm going to invite you to party. Get SirMalagant in game 2. And MonkeyShaman off camera. Hey, StarCraft workers complain. Have you ever repeatedly clicked on SCVs?
All butter my biscuit.
More work? I get overtime. What, you run out of Marines?
Alright, so...
Yeah. I love in Brood War...
What's the password to the camera again? FSL, was it?
Here,
Capitalized.
all caps.
Yeah. If
All
you go
caps, right?
Getting ready on the Discord channel. It has all the info there if you need the URL too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, got the camera going.
But yeah, there's there's some cute little stuff for like repeatedly clicking stuff in Brood War because they're in the missions where there are civilians. If you click on them repeatedly, it's implied that they all end up becoming SCVs. It's like there's an SCV line of, hey, I can't believe they threw me into this thing. I told them I was claustrophobic. You click on the civilian enough times, it's like, you know what? I think I'll join up. Hope they don't put me anywhere too tight, though. I am kind of claustrophobic.
Well, they also have the whole like neuro reprogramming thing, right?
That's.
I mean, I guess that's more for Marines, but
yeah, it's also something that surprisingly never really came up in game. It's like the resocialized Marines are supposed to be like overly polite and obedient and all this stuff. In the game, they're just constantly, oh my god, he's whacked. You want a piece of me, boy? So yeah, doesn't really come into play within game, but there are some little bits they did that just kind of linked together as far as Easter eggs go. Alright, so SirMalagant, we got you on camera, just need you in-game, and we can get going. There you are. Alright, invite to party. Looks like the first map between the two of you will be Lightshade. I know we kind of rushed you in here, but yeah, anything you want to say to your opponent?
good luck, have fun.
Yeah, beautiful.
Good luck, have fun.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Let's get going.
I hope if I join the lobby. Sorry, gentlemen.
Yeah, they'll be alright.
Alright, looks like we're gonna get a TVP.
Possibly. Yep. TVP indeed. Check 30. Yep. Bunch of GLHFs. GreatArchon has unlocked pretty much everything, so he does the GLHF in the style of each of the 3 different races. Alright. Yeah, one of the things I love in Warcraft 3, with the heroes that are outside of the campaign, the generic heroes, there's a whole thing between them with these quotes about darkness calls. It's like, darkness calls, but I was on the other line, so I let it go to voicemail, and I tried to call him back, but it just kept ringing. I'm like, darkness, pick up. Darkness must have call screening. And then a bunch of the heroes also reference that as if they're all trying to get a hold of darkness. Alright, in the upper left, we have the green Protoss, and he is
SirMalagant.
playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And the bottom right, we have the red Terran, and he is
GreatArchon.
Piece of me, boy.
playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
Alright. Both players just going out and scouting at the usual sort of time. Although, a bit of a off the beaten path route for that probe.
Yeah, I seen a match with being TBT against a teammate of mine, and he was really good at the siege tank dance, the line you have to do. So I'm interested to see how he plays TVP.
We have ourselves a spray. How cheeky. Nuke here.
Yeah, he seems to like that spray. I remember that as well.
Yeah, well, you can only enable one at a time, so that's what you end up with. Apparently, SirMalagant has been doing a lot of late-night practicing, according to KJ there. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know, you went to the trouble of unlocking things in all those different war chests, you might as well throw them down here and there. Yeah. SirMalagant...
Good.
Yeah, SirMalagant, the big thing, he's been scouting his side of the map a lot more. I think he wanted to be really careful that there weren't any proxies hidden around there.
And he's also got the Reaper spot blocked. I think that's the first time today that we're actually, well, getting a chance to see it, but it's definitely nice to see because if that Reaper hops up there, he's not really going to get to see much.
Well, I mean, he's going to get to see the buildings that's been blocked with, but not able to go out and harass workers. It's a tricky thing, because it can be very handy at keeping Reapers less annoying. It can also be a big vulnerability to siege tanks when you're up against Terrans, so... I tend not to bother. I just leave a couple of adepts there if I feel like it, and just build the structures a little bit closer to the Nexus against Terran. That's just me though, and I'm what, Plat 1 at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, just little things that higher levels do that you can do.
There,
choose
exactly.
To
do. There's things that you need to account for. The age-old thing, especially, the argument against why random is bad, because Protoss has to put the first pylon somewhere else each match.
True, and it looks like we have a really early concussive shell from GreatArchon here, so that's about to finish, and if he can get on top of something with this Marauder, he's going to be able to keep it permanently slowed, but it looks like Malagant shading
Will that
in.
shade complete? No, it will not.
Very smart cancel there. If he would have completed that, that would have been one dead adept. So far, no massive damage to anyone. Nothing too.
You don't do anything too cute. They're both playing fairly safe here.
Blink's halfway done, so 3 more gateways in production. Looks like he's gonna. Looks like we're gonna see some Blink stalkers.
Blink versus Stem. This could be really interesting. Alright, again, peeking around with that Adept Shade. And no.
Oh, he finished it this time.
Here's that dead Adept you were talking about.
Yeah, I just needed to wait one more shade.
Even the Cyclone locking on there.
The good news is he did see the Cyclone, he did pretty much see the entire army from GreatArchon, and he's up 6 workers right now, so if I'm Malagant, I'm happy with the way this opener started.
Yeah, I'm curious how much attention he was paying there. Concussive Shell, I believe, if you have the upgrade, then the Marauder attack is just slightly differently colored, like a little bit whiter or something.
Alright, looks like GreatArchon fixed that tank. It looks like Malagant's going to be the first one trying to take a third.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, there is nothing like trying to get your factory units around the buildings. SirMalagant is moving out, though.
So I think he's going to just try to make sure he keeps the pressure on the other side of the map so that he can get this third base up. But that scan should tell him that there's a third going down because he sees the pylon, the corner of it, but...
Something's warping in there.
Yep. He doesn't see these stalkers.
Aside
Can they
from
see
maybe a little damage here and there, it also tends to force your opponent to show what kinds of units they're using. But in the end, that siege tank comfortably able to just sit there and drive everything off without even having to put any effort into it.
Yeah, Archon with double engineering bay and his third being dropped in a safe location. He can always float that out because Terran OP. But yeah, looks like again still pretty standard with this.
You know, one of my favorite little arguments on Terran in both games is sometimes on these forums people will go on, why do SCVs have more health? And everyone's just like, because you can target them while they're building something. And then no one's ever satisfied with that answer, so it keeps going, and then...
Makes sense to me. Definitely Malagant with his third already producing probes, so if he can keep pumping out probes, he's definitely going to get an economic lead, but Archon's not far behind because the third's landing right now, so...
And Combat Shield just finishing. Charge just about to finish as well, so they're mostly just sitting back, getting their usual upgrades going. Now, we do have the robotics facility, or the robotics support bay almost done, so I'm assuming there's going to be some Colossus added.
Not a single Stargate unit for GreatArchon yet, so the Colossus should do really, really well, especially with there being no Vikings and that.
That's the classic casting thing here. Starports.
Yeah.
Starport for Terran, Stargate for Protoss.
Yeah.
And there's Ghost Tech for GreatArchon anyway.
No ships, but there goes another scouting observer. I don't like the change to the observer that you can't put it in surveillance mode anymore. Me being an F2 champion definitely makes it a lot harder to control them.
I'm very curious, like, which of the most recent changes are just going to be flipped right back once another patch gets done. You know, the big news right now is that they finally went ahead and enabled map uploads again. So that was a good 8 to 10 months in the making. I'm still annoyed that so many of the official Blizzard maps are still...
Malagant sees this, but they're gonna barely miss each other. Nope, he's gonna catch the tanks on siege.
Alright, I love the blink to avoid getting stuck in that choke point. However, on the way back, then just putting down the force fields behind them.
Yeah, caused the tanks to siege. It would have been nice to get one of those tanks, but heavily damaged on, I think, 2 of them. So let's see if he can get another Colossus or 2 on the field. Especially with no Vikings, those Colossus should do work.
At first glance, that little spot in the middle of the map with the 2 destructible rock piles and the side blocker, it doesn't seem like much, but I have seen so many games where very valuable units have ended up just getting stuck in the middle there.
And Storm, about halfway completed. Extended Thermal Lance done. Malagant getting that Protoss ball with storms and everything he needs. And looks like Archon taking his 4th, Malagant taking his 4th. Archon taking a 5th, actually.
Both the same worker count, too.
Yeah. This is a very even game at the moment.
Yeah, now upgrade-wise, GreatArchon, you know, has got the attack. They both got attack, but GreatArchon also has barracks armor, but he also is researching even more. Flying attack, trying to get to 2-2 for the infantry units.
Yeah, he's got the Ghost coming out, finally seeing some Vikings produced. He probably saw that Colossus and was like, yeah, I need to get some Vikings now. Malagant still got pretty good vision, though, with that observer seeing the army move out again, so he knows it's coming. And attempt number 2 to get through the middle. He sees this. Will he react? He's not reacting yet.
And you can really take advantage of that high ground, especially as Terran.
Yeah, I think he's getting sieged up as we speak. That is a lot of static defenses there. He looks like he's
KJ, if we could get the Terran army on camera.
There it is. Oh, great blink to kill the tank behind. The tanks are now
the
sieging on the
Protoss
front.
has the high ground.
Yeah, the Protoss definitely does, and those Zealots are on top of the tank line. And a beautiful storm.
That storm.
Beautiful storm. Oh my, everything's melting. Those are some juicy storms.
Oh, what a world! You want to go back to the boss a little bit?
Definitely cleaning up some of these Colossus. There's Vikings going forward. This is a very close fight.
He just needs to get the side check done. There we go. And then those medevacs might want to make themselves good. There's the boost right now.
The Viking trying to waddle his way out, not getting out of there quite fast enough, but
GreatArchon ended up with the clear, bit of an army lead right now. Not huge. But, yeah, he's continuing to add to it.
reset the Colossus count. Having that 5th down the drop mules is great. Yeah, very, very even fight. I do like Malagant's blink onto that high ground, taking out the back tank, and the engagement was about as best as it could be for him.
Yeah, I'd say that's play of the week. Your opponent leaves the high ground, then you immediately take it and use it against them.
This was mine.
Well, both of them similar base count right now.
So both are researching +3 weapons as we speak. Looks like Malagant finally starting +1 defense, but as far as I know, I think you always just want to spam the Protoss weapons, so...
Yeah, it all depends, but against Terran, yes, I think the big deal is just trying to eliminate as many units as you can before they have a chance to attack repeatedly.
So that's 6 Vikings now to 1 Colossus. That's not what you want, but that's also 6 medevacs. He's also up to 78 workers.
I think those medevacs could use a little bit of repair.
Yeah.
In the end, they're not going to be the main target once the battle starts, though, and we have an orbital and more Stargates being added.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to transition into some carriers here for sure. Fleet Beacon, double Stargate.
Armor is better versus Marines, huh? Okay. Well, he
Learn
does have +1 armor. Well, some of it's subjective, some of it you can mathematically prove. I just try to get as many upgrades as I can myself.
He's got 6 High Templars, so that should be at least 6 Storms. So 2 Colossus, yeah, definitely. If he can get up to some carriers, that would be nice. Looks like
scanning right now.
Just finishing. Is he going to produce carriers?
Yeah, I'm very curious on that. I know sometimes people like to go... Yeah, I was just going to say, sometimes in PvT they like to go Tempest and just be able to snipe down siege tanks or other things.
Yeah,
with that number of Vikings, though, that might not be as advantageous as it would otherwise be.
He sees the move out again, though. These are very well-placed observers, and looks like the 1 tank is getting sieged, but I don't know if that's going to be
And again,
enough.
just goes straight behind.
There's
Storms
the storm.
going down one after another.
Beautiful storms again.
Field electricity. Still,
More storms on top of everything.
that was the storm changes for you, because the Marines and Marauders just kept moving back further and further. They do need to heal up, though.
True, and 3-3 is about to finish for the Terran, it looks like. It looks like +3 did finish for the Protoss.
Yep, Terran also has +1 factory attack and +1 starport attack.
Oh, this looks like a good flank from the side here. He's getting on top of those units. These are those Tempests you talked about.
Yep, just focusing down some of the high priority targets. Oh, and catching, doing just a little bit more damage on those Vikings. They retreat.
Get the blink onto them? I'm not sure. I don't see any defensive tanks here, though, so he might be able to keep pushing. That is a lot of medevacs.
Right, honestly, without as much available to heal right now.
Takes out one of the Tempests, though. That definitely helps.
Vikings can do pretty well against Tempest.
So taking a
Especially
look
if you
at
micro them properly.
That's 14 medevacs.
14 medevacs to 16 Marines and 5 Marauders. So.
They all got a personal medevac, basically.
Yes, indeed. So GreatArchon has definitely been the more aggressive in this match, but as many enemy army units as he's taken down, he just hasn't really done any economic damage.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. It looks like for the first time, though, Malagant doesn't have the observers to see the move out, so I wonder if that's going to affect the way this next fight happens, if Archon can get a good positioning, because every time Malagant has saw the move out and has been able to basically outposition the Terran player.
And he has been adding carriers. There's 2 already, 2 about to be added, and a Dark Templar Shrine just in case. And look at that scan, just barely clipping where the army is.
Alright, let's see what Archon does. He's turning around. Looks like we might see a fight happen up here.
Yeah, I think SirMalagant repeatedly has just given a lot of priority to making sure that he's got good position.
The EMP!
EMP's going down!
And those carriers are not going to be long for the world, having all those,
they have to...
Vikings.
If you're going to retreat the carriers and the stalkers, sometimes you need to let the stalkers lag behind a little bit, but either way, it's stuff they don't want to lose. The carriers he does have still don't even have full interceptors, so they're going to be not the factor they might otherwise be.
Yeah, this is that positioning I was just talking about. It looks like the Terran finally got to the position first and was able to do what he wanted to do. And also that EMP taking away all the storms. He had 0 storms to chew up that bio, to chew up those Vikings in the scan here, getting the tank siege. Yep, he's slowly trying to push his way in.
Researching Liberator range.
And that was another EMP on the army.
Just still struggling to get past the ramp a little bit. Vikings got a little bit ahead. They landed. No more carriers here. The siege tanks are being left behind. He does have a couple of batteries to fall back on, but that is so much DPS in them.
Yeah, that is a lot from the Terran, and he's up about 100 supply, and with those tanks siege, I think we're going to be seeing definitely the Terran push in here.
Well, that
These bases are pretty dry.
Exactly. And just making full use of those Vikings, just sniping anything he can and then landing them right afterwards.
Yeah, this was a very close game. I think it was unfortunate pathing with those 3 High Templars going the wrong direction, catching that EMP, but also very impressive by Archon, seeing the army, seeing when he could, jump at his advantage, and he just
GreatArchon finally
time.
getting the damage done to the actual bases. His opponent's supply blocked now. SirMalagant can't build anything until he's got pylons done. There aren't even any in production at the moment.
Recalling the probes.
Just
probably would have just rather see him die to take the free up some supplies. There's
doing wonderfully. But still, just not enough.
Yeah,
3 times the supply of his opponent now, and he is going in to finish him
And there's
off.
no gas. This will just be a bunch of zealots, and yeah, he'll be fine with this.
And it is a GG. Vikings landing just to show that they can.
That was very closely played. Really,
Just one big positioning conflict after another.
Just looking at the graph, it's crazy to see how it just kept spicing up and down, up and down, up and down. Very good game, for sure.
Alright, here we go on the next match. GreatArchon got the win, so that is 5-4 now. Still very, very close. We will see if we go to that coveted ace match. Alright, KJ, just get you in the lobby now. GreatArchon rocking that Legacy of the Void t-shirt. I remember, I've got that one too. It was from, the BlizzCon where they were, going into a lot more detail about Legacy of the Void. And I remember it being kind of a big deal because at one point, I don't even remember his name, but one of the most recent Blizzard presidents, posted a picture of that t-shirt on Twitter. And everyone was debating, ooh, what's he implying on that? And whatever he was implying just didn't happen.
It looks like 5-4 SpaceHares. PulledTheBoys looking to make it 5-5 here. That would relieve a lot of pressure on our next 2 players, but we will see what happens.
Yeah, it's always nice when it's your opponent that has to play catch up.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago when I played my first match, I think it was 5-1, and it was like, well, we basically need to 2-0 from here on out. Now, I was definitely a little bit nervous.
In the lower right, we have our green Protoss. He is knighted as
SirMalagant.
And he is playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the top left, we have the red Terran. And he is...
GreatArchon.
Piece of me, boy.
playing for the team of...
AngrySpaceHares.
And yeah, come back to me. That the last president's name was Mike Ibarra. And he left Blizzard as soon as the Microsoft acquisition completed. But last I heard, he was like, one of the top executives at some sort of sports betting website company. I don't know. No. But yeah, he still chimes in here and there.
Malagant's sending a probe to the left side. He seems to really scout for any sort of cheeses near his...
He does not like to be proxied by Terrans. I think that is safe to say.
Yeah.
Just making sure to comb as much of the map as possible. It's an interesting thing because I know a lot of people who are a lot of the big commentators like to point out that you can a lot of the time find out more by seeing what isn't at their base than finding out what structure, trying to comb every inch of your side of the map for a structure. But that
100%.
It takes a lot of education. You got to really learn the timings of all the races that you could be up against and figure out how to pick out whether some structure is laid, especially against Protoss, to be honest, because they tend to start up about the same way regardless of their proxying.
Yep, looks like the Reaper finds the probe in the middle.
Yep, he's going to be mounting that one above his fireplace.
Looks like the Adept should be in time to prevent any real damage at home, so this Reaper's mostly just going to be used for scouting. Looks like he's building a bunker early on this game. I don't know. Did he build a bunker last game? I don't remember.
He did.
That. Okay.
But I think it was just a little bit later.
So, standard gets here.
Standard, which means we've got to find something to talk about. But yeah, so he is, as far as SirMalagant goes, the direction he is starting up with tech-wise is the Twilight Council.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Twilight Council early in the Protoss, especially into Terran, for sure. Stargate usually into like Zerg and stuff like that, but yeah, into Terran, I'm a big fan of the Twilight Council for sure.
Do you usually research Blink or Charge first?
I'm a noob, I research Charge.
Okay, me too.
Looks like the Marauders.
Yeah, and again, a very early concussive shells. It is not complete yet. Yeah, well, it's another one of those fun things you can add and then just, let it benefit you without even thinking about it.
Yeah, Malagant getting a kill.
The typical... Yeah, not quite, but yeah, here we go.
Yeah, he got one. He got a kill.
I remember there was a Carbots cartoon where there was a Marauder and an Adept fighting each other, and neither of them getting a damage bonus, and then they're just kind of hitting each other with no effect, then finally laughing it off and walking away.
Will he make it out? He's down to 8 HP.
Oh, he's chaining
Oh, this is a perfect
he
scout.
Infiltrates the bait, and then dies.
Almost a perfect scout.
I mean, he got to see into his opponent's main.
He was almost there. But yeah, he got an SUV kill. It's more economic damage this game than I believe he got all of last game with that one SUV kill. We take these wins where we can get them. I was about to say he has that one pylon powering everything. I'm kind of nervous, but he did drop a second pylon, it looks like. So.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking about earlier, the early concussive shells is not it's not as expensive, but it does delay when you're going to be ending up with combat shields.
This looks like some aggression from Malagant, though. He's going Charge, and he also has the Robo down. I wonder if he's going to be making a Warp Prism out of that, and trying to get some Zealots into the main.
Well, we definitely see a lot of matchups where if an opponent, when one player loses a late game, then the next match, a lot of the time, they end up deciding they want to try to get damage in a lot earlier, even if it's not a full-on rush or anything.
Yeah, coming from a caster's view, I got the God's Eye, so I see that in that bottom corner of the main of Archon, that's a perfect spot for that War Prism and some Zealots, but obviously Malagant doesn't know that, but if he gets that...
Well, he's going to check it out with that
there,
Observer.
True. If he gets that up there, it's going to be very, very painful for Archon. Archon's going to see most of the army here, though.
And just to make sure it's noted, he does not have Blink, so he can't use that Observer to just hop up. He's going to have to use the War Prism if he wants to attack the main.
Well, let's see if he can get that. If he can get that War Prism over there in time, this can definitely.
The natural
do some
looks
damage.
pretty well defended.
That is a lot of Zealots being worked in, though. He is definitely looking for the aggression here.
There's something really deceptive about how quickly a number of Zealots can overwhelm. It looks comfortable for a moment, and then boom, you notice that everything's dead.
If he hits the front here and gets those Zealots warped in, it looks like Archon does have a building over there now, though. Oh, he's dropping it outside the base.
More.
And he's floating out the third, so he will see this.
It is going to be a Zealot drop by the looks of it, so I'd imagine he's going to try to hit both the main and the natural at the same time.
Yep, I like this idea. Let's see how Archon reacts.
Yep, we got the idea. Next up is the execution. Bunch of
He's only
troops
got
are
one
kind of moving over
siege
the
tank.
natural.
He's moving it back. Let's see if he hits.
It is drawing them.
Hit the natural at the same time. This is going to do lots of damage. Take out that siege tank. He's going to get a lot of damage done here.
He is. A lot of Zealots are going to be going down, but that's mineral only as far as investment goes. Warp Prism actually is flying over, though.
That's unfortunate, but hey, that was a lot of damage. That's 15 workers. That did a lot of damage.
He has a 10-worker lead now.
And he sees the
planetary over here.
Planetary. Oh, that's rough. I didn't know it was a planetary. But hey, 10-worker lead. You're definitely happy with that.
That puts him in a pretty nice position. And this time, it's not him being on the defensive the whole game.
Yeah, I definitely like the adjustment from Game 1 to Game 2. He definitely saw something in that post-game. And
yep, F2 lost the Prism. I see that happen with Medivacs too. But it looks like he does want to hit that natural again.
At least take a look at it, but yeah, that tank siege up there is going to keep him pretty safe.
As long as you only take shield
Would
damage.
be rough. Yeah, for sure. And he's getting it looks like a little bit earlier on the Storm this time. He clearly saw that Storm last game was doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. Speaking of Medivacs, he does have a couple out now, so he can start healing the stim damage a little bit.
Got a little supply block for Archon there. He might be
yeah, well, I think there's no shame in dropping the hats, as they say. And yeah, he's got just about to complete a few more supply depots, so he's alright. It just cost him a little bit of time.
Somehow, I don't know what happened, but Archon went from 10 workers down to about 7 up.
Yeah, well, I think he was just focusing on it more, and you know, he had the 3 bases going.
Yeah, definitely will make a lot more workers out of 3 than 2.
A lot of it's for Protoss. A lot of it comes down to where they're focusing their chrono boosts. I think he's a bit more interested in the units and upgrades than the worker than racing the workers out. Although, actually, one of the Nexuses, he is much to my need for correction. He was a couple of Nexuses. All right, yeah, but back. GreatArchon is very used to just getting ready to immediately bob his units back again, or race them forward, either one.
Yeah, he's getting those tanks sieged up in a good position so that you can't walk up with the High Templar, but it's definitely looking good on the upgrade-wise for the Terran, because I don't believe the Toss has the upgrade advantage.
No,
he's at 0-0. He's not even making any upgrades.
GreatArchon's at 1-1 with 2-2, about a third of the way completed.
Yeah, Malagant. Okay, there's the one attack started for Malagant at least. He's gonna probably need to chrono those out.
Right. Upgrades are hard. You know, your opponent's upgrades versus yours hard to keep track of. You know, you can click on their units and try to keep tabs, but it's easy. It's harder to try to calculate how your armies are going to match up based on how the upgrades are going to change it.
This fourth is going to be canceled.
Yeah, no kidding. No,
I really don't. Oh, wait.
Well, he didn't cancel it. That paid off.
Okay.
Here come the storms.
I like the storms again. I like to blink back. Another beautiful storm.
Yeah, I think the blinks are also doing a good job just keeping the stalkers out from underneath his own storms.
I don't know if that was intentional, but he wiped all of the high Templar really fast there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was able to reach them. Well, and that's the other thing. You're doing the blink micro. You really have to... You have to keep in mind that there are other units that you're moving behind if you defensively blink all your stalkers.
And here's the armada of Medivacs again. He's up to 10.
Yep, never short on healing.
We'll see in the warbunnies over here.
There we go, he is running in. GreatArchon attempting to stutter step his way back. Tanks are sieging, and there's still quite a few. There we go with the storms again.
Beautiful storms again. I don't know if he's got enough to break it, but we also noticed a difference this time. No Colossus this game either.
Yeah, that is a big difference, although robotic support bay is just about to complete. GreatArchon with a huge supply lead though, especially on the army side of things.
Oh, I like this catch here. Very good for Malagant. He's gonna catch all of these Medivacs too.
Like, I noticed you have more Medivacs than you need. Let me help you with that.
Yeah. Yeah, as StarCraft players are always looking to get better. That's something that most of us at least try to do. So looks like we are seeing Thermal Lance. He's starting to make some Colossus. He seems to realize that there's no Vikings in that mix. So Malagant's adjustments are definitely there for sure.
It's like, I wonder how much there is defending up there. Boom! They've got siege tanks.
Yeah, that's basically just telling you to walk back. Looks like the Terran's taking his 5th base.
Siege
Protoss
tanks
on
are a
4.
Terran's way of saying, don't touch.
Yeah. Their supplies are extremely close still.
Yeah, there have been times where it's dipped a bit and then just very quickly ended up there again. He was warping in a lot of units really rapidly.
I think he has more gateways this game. I think it's allowing him to replenish the army supply a lot quicker.
8 gateways versus 4 barracks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not too bad. Now GreatArchon did double up on both the factory and the starport.
And he's starting to make some Liberators, it seems here, so Liberators are definitely, with lib range, are very, very strong. Coming up that ramp.
We'll see if he makes a fusion core. Here we go. Rapid fire feedbacks on those Medivacs.
Oh.
Now we're into the storm.
Okay, let's see how fast these tanks stop. Oh no, he moved commanded. Thinking on the tanks. Yeah, that look at the supply. He lost too much there.
Right, I was going to say the Marines and Marauders were backing away and leaving the tanks vulnerable, but SirMalagant's forces ended up keeping locked on to the Marines and Marauders. Right
He's getting these really good storms, but I think the problem is that just they're walking into tank fire a little too much, and it's just causing.
And now with Liberator fire added to that as well, this is going to be kind of a slow leapfrog, but with one type of unit defending the next, and he is forced to just back away.
I'd like to see him just pull the workers back and maybe try to take that bottom base on the left.
And right now it's all about trying to attack from the right angles and trying to attack while your opponent's units aren't sieged and try to move them forward.
Yeah, and he just completed +3 attack.
Yeah, GreatArchon has just been money with his upgrades, both these matches.
Yes, they're making very, very good use of the upgrades for sure. Here comes the Zealots.
And again, like I was saying, it's a hard thing to read how your units match up based on upgrades. Sometimes it looks like it's a good matchup, then you just realize your units are just playing dying faster than your opponents are.
Yeah, and it seems like he's adding in the Vikings now. He's up 100 supply, and unfortunately, I think we're going to be seeing the end here soon.
I love how today has been a big day for high-sec auto-tracking as an upgrade. You don't always see that much. Right now, I think GreatArchon is currently maxed out, and he's 3-3 from the engineering basis. Like, I might as well get the building upgrades.
Hey, you got the money, spend it.
Oh yeah, his money's burning a hole in his pocket. Any upgrade's a good upgrade now. He's just trying to move in, but those two Colossus are helping quite a bit, but only for so long.
Oh no, he attacked the rocks. GG.
I don't think it would have made a difference. GG.
64 lead.
AngrySpaceHares are ahead, so...
Sorry.
Lots to be resting on AntoineQ to tie this up, then. Let's bring him in. Alright, good games. Just a lot of great positioning play, a lot of good use of special abilities. One thing we were just talking about, GreatArchon, you just really had it going with the upgrades. There were some really great money storms. And right now, AngrySpaceHares are ahead 6-4.
I think he's muted. He was trying to talk.
Yeah, I didn't hear Archon.
Muted on his mic, I think, or his headset, because it's not muted in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, we can just kind of get things ready for the next match anyway. Chatomic, AntoineQ, hi.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys doing
Alright,
today?
you ready to go now?
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
do
fantastic.
Do we go for EU servers?
Yeah, I need you
we certainly can.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, here, I'm...
Oh, wait, I'm terrible at this. How do I switch to EU?
So you want to bring up the menu, and then in the upper right of the menu, there's a globe.
Yep, and then click Europe.
Yeah, click Europe, and then see whether it actually connects properly, which a lot of the time I find it doesn't.
Sounds about right.
Far from the most egregious technical issues that StarCraft
Asking me to
has
name my
still.
character, so I guess...
Ooh, what are you going to name him?
Same thing.
Same thing. Can it be something different, like JNPZ is bueno?
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go more. You're in Europe. Be positive.
Oh my! I'm getting so many achievements.
Oh, from your purchases and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I am in the lobby now. Well, in the main screen, we'll say that.
JMPZ's European tour. All right, I'm inviting AntoineQ party. Antoine, if you could also invite Chatomic.
I think I typed in the FSL chat. I don't know if you can see me on your friends list from this or not.
All right, here we go. At the party, and then KJ, I need you in the party as well. Oh no, you're here. You just have a different portrait.
A Showtime portrait.
Hey, why not?
Tobias. I don't know his family name.
Let's see.
Well, you two know each other very well. So AntoineQ, it says you are not accepting invites from people off your friends list.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing for you, Hyper Turtle. I'm adding you so that you can get me in the lobby.
I'm gonna try to make you a friend. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get to it. The two of you, I was saying, you know each other very well, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Since like 2021, 2022, we met each other.
Okay.
So we've been playing a couple of games.
All right, good stuff. so we are going to be going in on post-youth. Yeah, we're going to try to keep it moving, but just first, anything you want to say to your opponent in English or French?
Both. No, I don't really have anything to say, really.
Fair enough.
Antoine, t'as quelque chose à dire ou pas, Antoine? Alors que ça commence. En anglais ou en français.
Let his gameplay do the talking.
Oh, hardcore. All right, we are going to get you out into your separate voice, and we will get started.
And looking at the score, we need a 2-0 here to get to the ace match. So as a caster,
AntoineQ needs to win both matches to tie things up. Just one win, and Chatomic is going to bring it home for AngrySpaceHares.
As unbiased as possible, let's go, Bugman.
Yeah, you Zergs gotta stick together. It's a swarm. It's a hive mind. In the lower left, we have our red Terran. He is
Chatomic.
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And he is playing for the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
And in the upper right, we have the blue Zerg, and he is
AntoineQ.
playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
Yeah. Chatomic, possibly the best Terran in the whole FSL at the moment. And so, yeah, he's been a big member of AngrySpaceHares. What I love is that your Captain Warbunnies, he's constantly referring him as Chatomic. just got to add in the extra syllables there.
now Post Youth is definitely a different map. I've gotten to play it the last 2 weeks in FSL. Somehow it fell into my map twice. Having that pocket base inside your main with the extra gold definitely gives you I guess a much safer second base, but it's definitely strange on the getting out to the third because of that mineral line. You definitely want to try to mine that out, especially to get yourself ways out.
And I think most people consider Zerg to be the race that benefits the most from an early gold injection, but Terran isn't too far off, especially if they can wall off properly and get the Marines out. Terran also has a way of taking advantage of mineral walls and such with their siege tanks, so there's a lot to happen here.
Matchup, you definitely don't want to let the siege tanks get on the other side of a mineral wall, because that's going to be very bad news for you.
And yeah, French is a romantic language indeed.
Looks like he's transferring some of the drones over to get that infusion of gold earlier.
Exactly. You know, you want to make sure that they are being mined when you're connected there. My daughter really loves Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. So, you know, that's one of the more notable French cartoons going on these days.
Looks like the Reaper's in, trying to harass into the Zerg's main, and with that, it looks like AntoineQ had a Zerg, or little drone hidden at the third, waiting for the Reaper to maybe try to stop him, but yeah, as soon as he saw that, he dropped the third immediately. So, as a Zerg player, I would be very happy that my third was not delayed by that Reaper at all. And now it looks
so
like
the expansion route's a little bit weirder here, a little bit more far off. There is another gold expansion, although with a little gap in between the minerals. And then, yeah, just two very convenient SirMalagant watchtowers as well. There's a lot of different things you can do with this map.
Looks like the Reaper taking a little bit of damage, but I'll heal that up.
He's got his medication on hand. Oh, but he gets surrounded.
Very good surround. Oh, and he question marks him.
Oh.
It BM's his friend, letting him know, and you see the smirk on Chatomic in the picture.
I didn't need that Reaper anyway.
I like it. It's always fun when you play your friends. Looks like an early 3CC.
Yeah. Well, he's got it there, and big thing is you can take your time. You can always, if you're not ready to float it out, you can turn it into an orbital and just get the benefit of those mules before you put it in place. All right.
It looks like Chat didn't move his SCVs to the gold either. He just seems to be dropping all of his mules over there to suck up that gold from the second base as well. Creep coming out. Looks like the queens are walking forward to try to keep the peace. Hellion.
It's a little bit server right now, so if anything, it's us spectators that might lag here and there. I haven't really had any trouble with that, honestly.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna get now. It looks like
possible. And then
he should be able to get a good position right here with that siege tank. Definitely got a great position with that siege tank, that's for sure. Should be able to keep him off that extractor.
Providing high ground vision.
Yeah, the early investor, that is a bit not what I would usually see.
And as long as he just keeps falling back to that siege tank, files go down, but he is quick to back up. The micro of Chatomic is just so impressive.
Kills the tank.
Does go down.
Yep. Doesn't lose too much, just a bunch of creep there. So, and he's got his 4th on the way. So, oh, and a 5th, dropping at the gold.
Dropping out the gold, indeed.
Another 2 infestors in the production tab. So
more infestors on the way. I'm curious what he's going to be using them for. Are we going to be seeing some microbial shrouds? Is he going to try to neural parasite the tanks, or does he just want to throw down a little bit of fungal goo here and there?
The Terran is really far ahead on the 1-1 at least. I see the +1 attack coming in for the Zerg, and he also seems to be pumping out a lot of drones now. He feels safe enough that he was able to defend that push to
And now we are going to drop play instead. Oh, that poor tank. Alright, yeah, he's got it. Happens so much with factory units. I don't know what the deal is, but they can get stuck, alright.
Here comes the push on this. Again, at the same side, he's going to probably have to cancel that gold base.
Yep. He just used the medevacs to start them closer. He did not go for any kind of full-on drop. And there's the fungals, followed by Bile. The classic 1-2 combo.
Good fungals, for sure. Definitely, the tank still siege there definitely makes it a little bit of a problem. But yeah, those Marines aren't going to be able to push very much if they keep getting fungled like that, for sure.
Lots of Zerglings in production right now. I think he's just going to try to outnumber and surround.
Yep. Coming forward, another fungal onto the medevacs there.
He needs to be able to clean up. Chatomic is really like just having that siege tank right there in that low ground corner.
Yeah, but he's the one who gets the gold first.
Taking the gold.
Yeah, and he's got the base down and everything. Oh, we're already on Hive Tech. I missed that.
Yep. Adrenal glands being researched and more infestors on the way along with an Ultralisk Cavern.
Chatomic's been doing very well with the SCV. He's already at 80 as well, so, and getting these scans off, he definitely knows what the Zerg is trying to do for sure.
Right. And he's also been able to keep all the fighting on his opponent's side. That's a big part of it. Fungal's not quite reaching them. And the infestors doing what I hate about infestors. They have a way of just kind of crawling their way to the front of your army.
I don't know if this is going to be enough to hold this. This base is probably going to get clicked down. Yeah, it is gone. And the infestors are on the front line dying.
Right over his opponent's troops.
He's got more infestors in the back there.
And there he is.
Oh, that's a lot of spore crawlers.
Spore crawlers and that mineral wall has been mined out, so he can reinforce between those bases a little bit more quickly. But 70 supply ahead.
Another beautiful fungal, but I don't know if it's enough. Those upgrades on those Marines are just about to hit 2-2 as well.
almost cleans things up. He is moving on to the Ultralist phase of the game, though.
Oh, but he's already attacking the gold base. He's not going to be able to get much from that.
The Marauders do extra damage against Ultralist, but the concussive shells do not slow Ultralist down.
Oh, and that's the end.
Anyway, yeah, not even coming to play there. That means AngrySpaceHares have taken it. They're going to secure the better positioning. Units where? Controlling his friend a little. Alright, well, we're still going to go ahead with the final match. It is going to be on Ghost River. And the Chatomic just keeping control of the game the entire time. And I don't know what they're saying now, because now they're chatting in French.
Yeah, he definitely got the good positioning. He knew where to place his tanks, and he just seemed to be able to.
Chatomic says no ultras. And yeah, I mean, AntoineQ he had the ultras queued up. I believe one of them had popped, but by then everything else was already dead.
Yeah, what I would have liked to see is with those fungals, I think if he had a couple of banelings rolling in, I think he would have been doing massive damage to those bio units for sure. He seemed to land.
He got a lot of good fungals down, but
yeah,
just usually didn't have enough to follow up with. He got some biles down, but if he just maybe had some more Ravagers on top of that. Anyway,
100%.
Just make sure they're ready. This last match is just for score-wise, but
this is for bragging rights among friends.
Absolutely. But PulledTheBoys, once again coming up short.
Said, I believe they were last season's champions?
They were.
They're going to have to do it the hard way this time.
A lot of the rosters have changed this time around. I mean, the captains have stayed the same. They've held on to some of their top players. But the fact they don't... I mean, Dark Menace was someone who was really bringing things home for them, and he isn't on their team anymore. In the upper right, we have the blue Terran. He is.
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And he is representing the team of
AngrySpaceHares.
And in the top left, we have the Red Zerd, and he is
AntoineQ.
representing the team of
PulledTheBoys.
Alright, thank you to everyone who's been watching here. We have been enjoying these matches a lot. Maybe nothing quite as just plain wild as last weekend, but these were really solid. And we are getting closer and closer to the playoffs now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing in the playoffs for sure, but we got a pretty big break before I get to play again.
And keep in mind, along with those big brackets, we're also going to be doing some Sunday show matches. Especially, what we're focused on right now is players calling out other players. A bunch of people saying, "Hey, I want to play against you this weekend." Interestingly, as like the main caster and such, I seem to be a very popular person to call out.
I have no idea who called you out. I don't seem to remember that. I think somebody called you out to a random v random, but other than that,
we shall see. We shall definitely see. I've mostly been focusing on my Zerg lately, like I said, but I've been practicing up with some others too. I finally got my 750th random win, so I unlocked the Banshee portrait. Very proud of that.
I just hit the 500 today, so there we go. Looks like pretty standard so far, so not much to go on. Reaper coming across the map. We'll see the usual. Reaper trying
and
to
the
kill
SCV
maybe a
just
wing
heading
or
back
two.
home.
Yep, he did his job. He saw what he needed. Oh, he might get a kill on a
He might. Nope.
Gets
It extracts itself from the conflict. Oh,
and then
look at how spot on AntoineQ is for turning those drones to buildings just at the last second possible.
Very well done. I also
Now,
like how
this is
he
still-
saved one for creep, not double injecting into the hatcheries. But he's afraid that the Reaper's going to poke the creep, so he It puts it a little farther back. High level play.
Yeah, that's something I hadn't really even thought about in a while. Now this Ghost River, it's not what you call a standard map. Obviously everything starts at the top, and you have that weird area in the middle that can be opened up more either by mining through or destroying rocks. But it's definitely a lot more standard than post-youth.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You're definitely going to want to try to get your creep spread coming out early. That way you can have it around your third base when it opens up. But yeah, for sure, it's a lot more standard than post-youth, for sure. Those queens are just saying, yeah, that doesn't hurt. You can...
Does this bug you? Does this bug you?
And sneaks the Reaper in. He's gonna
get
that
Reaper
kill.
finally gets a kill. That Reaper has lived his life dream.
2 kills.
Yep, but still a lot like last game. It does end up going down. It does get trapped.
Yep. Looks like early Overlord speed this game. Seems like AntoineQ wants to know exactly what's coming for him this game.
Yeah, I definitely assume it's more for scouting purposes, although this is somewhere potentially that you could do some nice Overlord drops and actually group them up in that slightly blocked off area.
Well, this looks very aggressive from Antoine because I don't see a third hatchery down. I see Roach Speed on the way. I see another Evo Chamber down. I see the lair already done, so I definitely
at the 4.5 minute mark.
Yeah, I definitely expect some aggression here, especially without that third base being taken. And I think Chat is Chatomic is definitely smelling something because he's sending that Marine around to scout. He doesn't know exactly what's happening. Wants to make sure.
Yeah, the numbers don't add up.
Oh, yeah.
What is he making there? Is that a... Yep, he is going with drop Overlords. But first, send an Overseer just to kind of take a peek there. I think that's just one drop Overlord.
Yeah,
having a little bit of trouble squeezing guys past the queen.
So let's see what he goes with. But yeah, I think we're gonna see some dropper lords, roach speed. Already infestation pit down as well. At 5:26. That's really early.
Okay. And yeah, finally taking a third hatchery. The fact that he didn't have one for so long, that not only slows down mining, it slows down production all around.
Yeah, and with the Terran already having his third orbital in his main, he's just happy.
So, exactly. If you're going to lay the third that long, there has to be a very specific reason. You gotta make your move as early as possible.
They're attacking your base.
Yeah, he's questioning him as well.
Question mark is the same in all languages, man. Just TF is this build. Well, I mean, if AntoineQ wanted to get his opponent to scratch his hat, he's doing it right now.
It's like I said earlier, this is the Florencio effect. I would be so confused if I was Chatomic right now.
Yeah, one of the things I keep bringing up in a lot of these matches is, haha, if I don't know what my plan is, then neither do you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, something you do not see often, which is Terran mining from his third before his opponent did. I think Chatomic was actually hesitant to float his orbital out there because he's trying to figure out where his opponent is spending his money, and it really looked like there would be some kind of really, really heavy level aggression that never came.
Yeah, I'm also a little bit confused because I see Link speed just get started. I see +1 melee, and I don't think I see a single melee unit on the map right now, so he's confusing everybody.
Next level gameplay, man. Next level.
Yeah.
But yes, if you can confuse the guys who have vision of absolutely everything, you've done your job. He is still favoring infestors, though.
Hive on the way. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what he's coming up with here.
The laser style, huh? Hey, I'm all for it.
Maybe he's gonna go into ultras because his buddy asked him where they were last game. Maybe that's.
And they were coming. They were just late to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fourth base is
I wouldn't
done.
be. I wouldn't be surprised if ultras or something they've ended up. That have ended up in their practice matches quite a bit. Here we go. There is a drop on the way, but it goes right past some overlords. Goes ahead, just drops and eliminates it.
The Ultralisk Cavern is down.
All right, where are the ultras? Here are the ultras. I didn't actually take a good look at what skin he's using for his ultras. He seems to mostly just use the standard skins, honestly. So
22 Lings in production as well. I would like to see him start up the.
Well, there's what he wants the
Adrenal.
melee for.
Yeah, if he can get Adrenal Clan started, that would be lovely. Now there's a
All
spider
right, just
going
hops
down.
him over that barrier. There is almost nothing defending here. Just one queen within range. Here come the Lings.
Lings coming in.
They're having a lot of trouble finding surface area to attack there, but they do drive the enemy away.
Oh, the fungal lands and almost with the bios. That would have been play of the week for sure.
That would have been. And at this point, I mean, despite that really late third, Antoine is now. I mean, he's working on taking his fourth right now. Not a lot of workers on. No workers on the fourth. He's got his fifth beginning.
Yeah, he's completely confused his Chatomic with this build for sure. He thought some aggression was coming, so he was waiting for it, and yeah, he definitely did not bring the aggression, and it's confused him for sure.
First Ultralisk is in production. He seems to like to sort of just make one Ultralisk at a time.
They're expensive units.
True. Alright, well, this caster is not good. Here come the cavalry, but I don't think that's even enough Lings. The Ling's getting ahead of the rest of his army, too.
Yeah. He's gonna have to pull these drones back or he's gonna lose them. There's another attack in front of his, the ramp to the second and the third. Looks like it's gonna be coming up, splitting the army.
Chatomic is fantastic with multi-prong.
That Ultralisk saw the army and said, I'm not going in by myself. Stop moving.
You do it.
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, and look, he's canceling
Denied plus
2-2 just as it was about to finish. That is really brutal. Two more Ultralisks on the way. He's getting ready. You want to make sure there's a whole lot of Zerglings complementing those Ultralisks.
Yeah, he definitely got that cancel at the perfect time.
Something I was thinking about with Infestor Ultralisk, if you accidentally fungal your Ultralisk too, it doesn't slow them down, it just damages them.
Yep, looks like the Baneling speed is done. Something that, and 3-3 started for the Terran player, 3 Ultralisk in production, so yeah, we're definitely going to get some
Chatomic
Ultralisk
is kind of
in.
everything right now.
Yep, here comes the house.
AntoineQ just doesn't have all of his army together, though. He needs to group up first. Or, I mean, honestly, attack from multiple sides is nice too, though.
Yeah, he runs away from the siege tank, doesn't lose too much there, so just starting up +2 armor again.
And I think the Ultralisks have both their upgrades now, the speed and the heavy army. Oh, that poor siege tank getting left behind.
Yeah, they seem to have forgotten about that for sure.
Guys!
Does have a really high-tech army here, but will he be able to break this position? That's the question.
It's a tricky spot. And Ultras have a tough time getting around buildings, but he is driving them back. Excellent fungal. Manages to shave off a good amount of the army, and again, you end up with a couple siege tanks that are just...
Oh, he pulled the Lings back after he just got on top of it.
Yeah, come on, the command center's taking off. Alright, well those siege tanks count themselves a little lucky. We have a lot of Banelings being morphed. Chatomic still with a very good army lead, supply-wise anyway.
He's got a huge bank of minerals at least, definitely a lot of gas. But +3 melee on the way, +2. He's going to have an upgrade advantage when this fight probably kicks off, adding in the...
And a big drop coming. Or started to... Okay, he's just putting them down for now. Gotta heal them up a little, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to split the army again. If he gets this army split up, it's definitely going to be able to do a lot of damage. Oh no, he's going to kill the Evo Chamber again, but upgrade's more than halfway done.
And meanwhile, 3-3 just about to finish.
Yep.
As we say, up Upgrades can be hard to really quantify directly, but it's nice to have a big upgrade lead.
Oh, that was a decent-sized medevac. 2 units killed there, but yeah, he's going to get position on this 5th base. And probably bring the multi-prong back in. Seems to be F2 in his whole army. Oh, now he kept 2 Ultras at home with an Infestor, but yeah, the base dropped.
AntoineQ has been having a big challenge with his Zerglings running ahead of the rest of the army.
Yeah, they're just too fast.
You know, in campaign, you have to choose between health, attack speed, or movement speed for Zerglings. You can only have one at a time. I usually go with attack speed for campaign.
Oh, very good engagement here, but the problem is he's going to lose again out because of that drop. Oh no, he did keep the 2 Ultras at home. That's actually really well done by him.
Those are the guard dogs.
Well,
yeah, if his queens can heal those Ultralists up a little bit too. One of my favorite combinations the whole game when available is queens transfusing Ultras.
Oh no, there's a planetary here. That's definitely not
planetary. Bastard's ending up ahead a little bit too, but yeah, he's just going ahead, wiping out the SCVs so they can't repair.
And he's still got the Ultras at home, doing very well, not F2ing.
Yeah,
Queen sees it.
Though, again, has to kind of get around all those buildings.
Oh, those tanks on that high ground are shelling down. That's definitely going to do some damage.
Those have been sitting there for a few minutes now. That's a very nice advantageous spot.
Definitely much better this game, especially with the Banelings added in. I think he saw that he was landing really good fungals, and rolling the Banelings in after a fungal definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, at the end after the last match, his opponent was asking where the Ultras were, and they have been very notable in this match.
100%. Hard to get to, but once you get them on the field, they're definitely a very good unit.
I would really like to see him actually bring the Ultralists home here and there and get them healed up, though. It's just, you know, keeping them at full health. They can absorb so much.
That is a lot of Liberators now.
Here we go. We're clashing again. Or not.
Yeah, he does have some Corruptors out there, but yeah, that's a lot of Liberators. That's a lot of Liberators.
Yes, the Liberator is going to be the anti-Ultralist attack. He does not have any ghosts on the field. Still, on top of that, Marauders, they're nice too. Liberators getting ahead of the army. They're putting the zones down.
If he can get those Corruptors on the high ground shooting down like that, yeah. But he's still going to lose this base, unfortunately.
Yeah, he will. As you said, though, this time around, both of the players have been able to do some significant damage to each other, even if Chatomic, I think he's kind of ahead as far as the base kills, not to mention the upgrade cancellations. Still, those Ultralists are at 3-2 and about to be 3-3, along with their own personal upgrades. And here we go.
Yep. He's trying to kill the bottom side as he's retreating, but he's also losing his 5th again. This is going to be rough.
Like you said, Ultralists are expensive. You need a healthy economy to keep them coming.
Actually cleared that army pretty well, but he's just going to be fighting back.
Banelin's getting a little bit stuck behind the Ultralists, actually.
That's a lot of command centers.
Fantastic stutter step in there, but the last of the Marauders do go down, and the Corruptor is getting the spitting going. I love how it actually, just continues, even if Terran Building does pick up, but Chatomic has taken another GG!
Well played that second game. I definitely like the addition of the Banelings for sure. I feel like that definitely helped them.
Alright, excellent games. In between, you asked where the Ultralists were, and Game 2, AntoineQ answered your question.
Oh yeah. He's niche unit, he's fetish unit. I don't know, is that an English word?
Yeah, we're kind of wondering how much of an inside joke that was. He definitely uses a lot of Ultralists against you then.
Yeah, I like the addition of the banelings in game 2 as well. I felt like with your fungals and the banelings, it was definitely doing a lot more. Because in game 1, it felt like the fungals were landing, but you weren't able to like get that finishing blow on most of the army. But with those banelings, it definitely seemed to help a lot.
Absolutely, and you know, with these matchups, that does mean AngrySpaceHares took the win.
Yep, taking the W. And
Alright.
GG, guys.
Absolutely. So, here, just KJ, can you show us what do we have next week? Who's which teams are taking each other on?
Well, let me open up the. We haven't obviously updated the schedule, but let me see if I can share what that is. It would be on the site. Give me 1 minute.
Absolutely. And yep, Chatomic, you're a very dominant player. We've seen you really stand toe-to-toe with the best of FSL, so good work.
Thank you. Although in that game I kind of messed up the build because I was trying to react to what Antoine was doing.
Yeah,
but then it didn't do anything. Like, it was on 2 base. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we were asking that question ourselves. Did you want to ask him right now and then translate for us? Like, what the initial plan was in game 2?
Yeah, I'm about to ask him. C'était quoi ton build, Antoine?
Deuxième, je l'ai carrément loupé. J'ai mal scout, mais c'est un all-in en fait.
Ok. Il y a juste ton micro qui est un peu bas, je crois.
Ah merde, bah, je vais pas changer.
Ah, ok. So it was initially all in, but he kind of messed up his scouting, so I don't know what he was doing actually.
I like to call that the Florencio effect. You kind of just bring people down into the sewers and just the game turns into something. Because we could definitely see you were playing defensive, thinking something's coming, something's got to be coming, and then it never came. So then you were very, very confused. So it just me, everyone was.
In my mind, I was like, okay, he's gonna 2 base all in me, so I need to make tanks and stuff. And it never came, so like I was, okay, he's probably playing the safest build ever, so it goes into a macro game. But then, well, they're just 2 bases.
Yep.
And that's also what Day9 likes to call mind games.
Oh yeah, mind games.
Yep. Well, in the end, you adjusted, so we're gonna let you go for now. Next week, we're gonna have a couple more big matches. Then on the Sunday afterwards, get into our show matches.
All right.
So next week we'll have, what do we got next week?
Yeah, right there. Special tactics, and of course, once the schedule is updated, the scores will be the winner here, AngrySpaceHares.
Okay, well then. I mean, you guys have said you like me versus warbunnies, so we are going to be clashing. And that is to be seed 1 and seed 2. So we're getting into the brackets then. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you to everyone who watched. We are going to have more FSL goodness come in just a week from now.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me cast today, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
GG's.
Always a treat.
GG's, everybody. Hopefully my first time wasn't too bad.
Nah, you were great. See ya.
See you later, everybody.
The most improved. I've got to go with Sergeant ABC.
The first round draft choice, Mr. Sergeant ABC.
It's fun, and hopefully you'll get some good results.
Oh, I would have drunk it.